Wi-Fi on? I've turned mine off. You're honoured.
I'll just turn mine off.
That never gets turned off, ever. Unless I'm in the cinema.
Fair. Big fan.
So we're live?
We're live.
So,
Yeah.
welcome to episode 2 of Curious Gentleman. This is Simon Thomas. He is a tattooist. Where is it?
Equinox Tattoo Collective.
Okay. How long have you worked there for?
Just under 2 years now the shop's been open. I've been tattooing for I think about 4 years now,
Yeah.
thereabouts. But yeah, the shop's been open just under 2 years.
Nice.
November, almost 2 years ago.
That's just down behind Staples, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Bilberry Street, which is like the little ring road just by Brentonside bus station.
Right, okay.
Just by the car
The
park
old
there.
Brentonside bus station.
Yeah.
The old Brentonside bus station.
What used to be
Rest in
Brentonside bus
peace.
station.
I'm kind of glad that's gone now, that whole Brent's
Yeah.
I mean, I used to love, was it Chams? Was it Chams down there?
No, White Rabbit.
No, White Rabbit, that's
Yeah.
it. White Rabbit. And the Tramps Cafe, that was it.
Yeah.
Tramps. It's like an old cafe, and it was, I mean, this is years ago now, but it was like where all the hardcore bands used to play, and all the decent mosh pits used to be happening. I'm not a mosh pit connoisseur, but back in the day when I was younger, like I used to accidentally get involved with them, if you like. But it was
It's gotta
awesome,
be done.
yeah. But White Rabbit was awesome.
Yeah, I went down there a few times, saw a few bands, but I'd never really spent a huge amount of time down there.
No.
It was just pretty grim, wasn't it?
That's it.
It wasn't the prettiest part of the city.
No.
No, I mean it's still there now. Brentonside, they're just slowly knocking it down. But
Yeah, it's going to be a new, like, is it a shopping centre or just like restaurants? I know restaurants are going
I
there.
think there's going to be a cinema, maybe.
Oh yeah,
They did say cinema. I think there's a
Yeah.
lot of, I think it's like
Odeon.
14 to 16 new restaurants as well going in
yeah.
there.
I'm pretty sure it's an Odeon cinema.
Yeah.
You're
If
allowed
we're
to
lucky.
say- You're allowed to say Odeon?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can-
let's say
we
Odeon.
can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Odeon. It's in there now.
It
Too late.
sounds like you're saying Odin.
Odin.
Odeon cinema
Odeon Cinema.
with the Thor snack bar.
That'd be good.
Why not?
I'm trying to think of some kind of like Norse pun.
I can't think of any more now.
I'm normally good.
Who else is there? What's the queen called? The Odin's wife. Don't even know.
Could say it's got a prize from a Loki dip. Does that work?
I like it.
Oh, you love a good pun, don't you?
Yeah.
I do. It's becoming a really. It's a bit of a problem, to be honest.
James's bear tattoo. The puns. Social media.
They were horrendous.
Yeah.
Absolutely horrendous.
There's a picture of the tattoo that Simon did on James, and there's just all the comments are just puns.
Really?
Bare
Could-
puns.
Barely contain my excitement, for example.
Oh no,
It's so good.
Bad. It's so bad. Like every single day, no matter what tattoo it is, we will make a pun out of it
Yeah.
somehow. It's like to the point where it becomes a game where
Yeah.
we'll go away and like 20 minutes later, you just kind of come over and be like, "Oh yeah, cool," and it's like the person tattooing will be like, "He's thinking of a pun. I know it's coming."
Yeah.
To the point now where there's like convoluted stories with a pun for the punchline. It's just like it's getting bad.
Could be a marketing angle for your tattoo shop, couldn't it?
I'll put that a bit closer to you.
Somehow.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. The puns need to stop.
Equinox
Nobody
Pun
just-
Collective.
It's my fault as well. I brought it to the shop.
Right.
I brought it there, and everyone else to begin with was just like,
For fuck's
"Can you
sake.
please stop it?"
Yeah.
And now everyone's just fully on board. They're backing it hard, and it's just like, "Oh God, I've created a monster."
Who could not enjoy a pun, though? Everyone enjoys
me
puns.
now. Oh God.
I've had so many puns just for that.
Pretty much.
Don't puns fall into the same bracket as almost like sarcasm, isn't it? Don't they fall into the same sort of bracket as that? Sort of quick thinking, quick witted sort of.
Yeah, potentially. I
Expressions.
don't know.
Probably. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sarcastic as well, so
Yeah.
yeah, it probably makes sense.
I do love sarcasm. They say it's the lowest form of wit, but I think it's just the only people that say that are people that don't get sarcasm.
Yeah.
People that are fucking stupid.
Or that don't know how to do it. Yeah.
Or people who have been the victim of sarcastic comments constantly.
The victim, like it's crushed their life.
Yeah.
Well, if
Ruined.
you're really good at sarcasm, then maybe so.
I do love sarcasm. But if someone says to you, "Be sarcastic now," you can't just be sarcastic. It's a flowing thing, isn't
Yeah.
it?
No, it's of the moment.
Yeah.
For me,
You can't just make it happen.
it's kind of the same. I kind of feel like I'm relatively funny, but if you were to say to me,
Say something
"Be funny,"
Yeah.
be funny, it's like
Dance monkey.
I don't know. I like just look at me. I'm funny looking. I'll do, won't it? I don't know. I look like an overgrown child.
That's how I've made it so far in life. Just being funny looking.
I would say you're good looking for a Welshman.
Yeah.
It's not hard.
Careful.
Sorry. We haven't reached
We
Welsh
have
yet.
we have some Welsh
No,
we have some Welsh fans already
Who?
and some Welsh subscribers.
I would just like to put out there,
Let's get rid
I
of
love Wales. I love the Welsh. I lived there for many years. They're
did?
the greatest people.
You lived back where I'm from, didn't you?
I did. I lived in Newport,
Back in Newport.
for about 6 months. I lived in Cardiff for longer. I lived in Cardiff for about 3 years.
Yeah, Cardiff's fucking beautiful though.
From what I remember, it's totally different to
Yeah,
when I lived
maybe. How long did you live there?
there. A while. Probably about 10 years now, I think.
Oh, man.
I think
Yes.
they were just knocking everything down when I was moving.
Well,
So.
St David's was there when you were there. That's
No, like-
the big shopping centre.
No.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, they built that, and then they built a second one.
yeah, the second part, they just started knocking down like NBC and the old Primark and all that kind of stuff, and
Yeah.
the library. That was all just getting knocked down as I left.
The new
So,
library's fucking beautiful too.
I think I saw it. But no, I went back to Cardiff for the first time last year. I just didn't know where anything was anymore. It was just
Yeah,
like-
it was the same for me when me and my girlfriend went up there in February, and yeah, I was like finding my way from the train station to places that I've been before. I'm like, I know it's around here somewhere.
Yeah,
Where the
pretty
fuck
much.
is it gone?
It's just like, well, there used to be like a little alleyway down there.
Yeah.
You go down there and turn left, and now there's just like this giant multiplex just everywhere.
Yeah,
But
so much,
no, great
so
city,
many
love
new
it.
buildings. Have you been to Cardiff?
I've visited briefly. I went to Wales a few years ago with an ex-girlfriend, and we went and did Snowdonia, Mount Snowdon,
Okay.
and then we travelled down through. So it was Llanberis, is it Llanberis, like North Wales? Travelled down through. We stopped off in Cardiff for the afternoon, and we visited this castle. I can't think what it's called now, but it's like
Cardiff Castle,
is that what it's called? Is it?
the castle in the city centre of Cardiff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty straightforward.
It's
in
called
Wales.
Cardiff Castle.
It's like,
Okay, cool.
They don't beat around the bush. It's just like, oh, Cardiff
So
Castle,
we
that'll
went
do.
there, but
Like
I've not
Newport
like
Castle's
spent
called
any lengthy
Caerphilly Castle's
time
called
there.
Caerphilly Castle. It's pretty boring.
Other more important things to be doing, you know. Like,
Yeah.
It's Cardiff Castle. That'll do.
Yeah, just go in. Oh, it's a castle, and then leave.
Instead of waste time naming shit, we'll just make it look cool.
Exactly. It's drinking to be done.
Yeah. Well, you say that most of all the cool bars that were in Cardiff are gone as well now.
I don't know.
Barfly's gone.
Oh yeah.
Used to
No,
love
I think that
Barfly.
closed down.
I saw so many
even
bands
before.
there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
many.
a lot of bands. Played there a couple of times as well, actually.
Oh,
The
yeah,
former
played
life.
there. Played in Club I4, Club E4, depending on your pronunciation. But yeah, that was good. Real good.
Do you used to be in a band?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you play?
I played bass in that.
Oh yeah.
It was like an old metal band. It's been confined to the history vaults. That, so there's like no trace of it anymore, which is kind of sad, but
I'm gonna do some
also
research
probably for
and
the
find
best.
it.
It's like no, honestly, even the old people that I used to be in a band with just like don't have the songs anymore. There's no
Really?
pictures, anything. There was a
I've-
video on YouTube up until about 2 years ago, which I used to occasionally look at just for a laugh. It was us playing in like I can't remember. I think it was maybe like Merthyr somewhere in like a. I was gonna say a young people's place, like a
young
youth-
people's
youth, not a youth hostel,
A
but
primary school.
Yeah.
no.
A
What
nursery.
do you call them? Where like a social club for kids.
Oh, okay.
Like one of those kind of
I know
places,
what you
like
mean.
in like Merthyr or
Yeah,
something.
like a youth club.
And it was
type.
a youth club. That's the one.
Yeah, here we go.
I'm getting old. I can't remember things.
Don't know
But,
how I managed.
Yeah, that doesn't exist anymore either, thankfully.
There's a few videos around of what bands I've been in that are still on YouTube somewhere.
Oh really? Give them a plug. No.
Nah.
Okay.
You only plug
Being
things you
coy.
want people to see.
Did you have the?
They're not a band anymore. I did.
You
Yeah.
did.
Like big
I've seen the
time.
pictures.
Me
Yeah.
too. It was glorious.
Real big fringe. Yeah.
It's like a little bird wing over your face.
Yeah, it's like down to my chin at one point as well.
dear.
It was ridiculous.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah. Well, you probably went for like Misfits AFI style,
I
didn't
went
you?
full on Davey Havoc wannabe. Like I went in hard on that.
I've always disliked that fringe, and I always think, do you not want the
But you
use
had
of one of your
dreads,
eyes?
man.
Dreads are cool.
No.
Dreads are good.
No.
I used to have dreads. Long dreads. But the thing is, with dreadlocks, there's such high maintenance. There's so much work to do with them.
And it's weird, isn't
You
it?
say that though, with a fringe,
because they
man.
look the complete opposite. But
Yeah.
yeah, you got to like look after.
If
them
you want them to
properly.
look nice, you've got to do some maintenance. But if you're one of these, because I used to know a guy who used to not have his done, like, they weren't intentionally done, he just used to not comb his hair. And he had this big fucking lamb's leg of a dreadlock that used to just come out the back of his hair. And then the rest of his hair wasn't dreaded, but this nasty thing was coming out the back of his head. And yeah, I just couldn't do that. But mine were quite neat and tidy, but then I just got sick of them.
Yeah, I never met you and you had the dreads.
Yeah.
I met you after
You weren't cool enough.
Kind glad, to be honest.
We
Probably
wouldn't have fitted in because you would have had one of those big emo.
Yeah.
It's right. He
fringes.
probably wouldn't have seen you anyway.
No, yeah. Well, not if I was on his left-hand
It's
side.
just like, well,
You'd have stood to his left.
like if in this scenario, like Simon's over, like you're gonna have to rotate. You have to go on this side, or I'll sit there.
Where's our guest? He's very late.
Brush your hair, dude.
Have you seen Simon? Yeah, he's there.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Oh man.
It's funny how things come into trend and leave trend, isn't it?
Yeah.
And everyone kind of jumps on the bandwagon and gets it, but they all want to be different. But by being different, they're all being.
They've
the
all
same.
joined the like hipster
Yeah,
type
yeah,
things.
yeah.
Like it's all about being unique, but they're all basically the same.
It's weird.
It's kind of weird.
But
And
it's
I was the same when I was an emo kid. Like it was being different from the normal accepted thing, but then
Well, Matt Rule.
it wasn't being different. Yeah, you've just moved into another group of where it's considered normal.
Matt Rule, and the guy we had on last week, our friend, was used to wear
Guy liner, yeah. Seen that?
Guyliner.
Oh yeah, no, for real. Like,
Yeah.
Proper, full on, like androgyny.
Yeah.
Definitely. I was more like a goth, I guess. But
Yeah.
like not like a Marilyn Manson kind of goth, like a proper, like I'd say a real goth.
Yeah. You
Into like 80s new wave and post punk and stuff.
ever heard of a cyber goth?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You
I've
have to go closer.
I yeah, I kind of dated a few girls that were into that kind of thing
cyber
back in the
goth.
day.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you ever seen
I've never-
Cyberdog in London?
No.
In Camden Market?
No.
If you next time you go to London,
Yeah.
check out Cyberdog.
Cyberdog.
There are some things in there.
I've seen some things, man.
You will
and some
see some
stuff.
things. There's like these giant robots outside, like Barbarella style, just giant, like, I don't know, 20-foot tall
Yeah.
robots outside. And then you go in, everything's like neon, day glow colors, and like all that kind of stuff. Yeah, like futuristic kind of PVC stuff.
Christ.
And it's kind of like set on different levels, and the further down you go, the more degrading it is.
I think some people have got the body type that suits PVC. I do not have the body
No, no.
type that
I
suits PVC.
yeah, no, I definitely don't.
I look like a
It-
sausage skin.
I've come to the conclusion, right? So
Travesty.
I was putting a curtain rail in the bedroom, like moving that, and I know, like, it occurred to me that I look how it would look if you hung a frog up by his front legs, just like dangly, skinny legs, big belly, just like.
I think we're all there. It's cool. I mean, at least you still got your hairline. I mean,
Oh
it's
man,
kinda-
you haven't seen how thin it's getting. Fucking hell. I'm gonna have
it's-
to commit to shaving it
do
soon.
it. Do it. It's liberating.
James is trying to get me. He's like just encouraging it all the time now.
Yeah.
Just shave it. No.
It's definitely.
I'm not willing to accept
it. Gives
it
you
yet.
that sense of freedom. It's heartbreaking the day that you do it. You finally give up the ghost.
I'll cry.
But
I'll absolutely cry.
I've always said if I go thin on top, that's it. I'm just shaving it off. I'm not going to
Well,
fight
that's.
that battle.
I think that's what happened with James. I kept like slapping his little bald spot on the
That's
top of
called
his
karma.
head.
that's it.
Yeah, maybe that's where it started.
You
Every,
contract-
every
you
time I
con-
slapped it,
by
it was
hitting
like,
his bald spot, you've contracted it.
I've contracted
That's it.
baldness.
That's it. You
There's
touched
no
it.
cure.
It's,
Contagious.
There's no cure.
it's on you now. It's just gone.
Yeah.
Still, like, arms should be hairless as well. Then
Yeah.
surely it should work its way
No,
up.
it's a cruel disease, man. It
No,
chooses what it wants to
Just
get rid of.
chooses. Could you just a bald patch on your chin?
How bad would that be if that just went bald?
I don't know. I've got a few bald patches on my legs, like, which are really weird. I've
Well,
got
guys get that as you get older
got
because
'em here.
your testosterone levels drop.
oh no, it's
In
just been like a,
in your,
a
in your
constant thing.
shins. Is it on your shins?
It's kind of like around my shins, by my.
I've got
by
the
my
same.
ankles and stuff.
Apparently, it's the first place you lose hair. The very first place you lose hair. Your shins. Could be wrong, but I've heard that, and it's happened to
wonder
me,
why.
and you've just said it's happened to you. So how old are you?
32.
32. So yeah, around the
maybe?
same age.
I don't know, I was just kind of, just didn't want to reveal. A lady never tells, Closer to 33 now.
Yeah.
Lady never tells her age.
Still, I
I've
got
seen you
ID'd the
dressed up
other
as a
day.
lady. I've seen that photo.
Yeah, I know. You don't. No one wants to see that.
That's going on. I'm gonna put that on the editing when I do
That's
this.
cool. Yeah,
I'm just
no,
gonna put it up.
That's fine. Just that
Let
you
everyone
can
know.
put that as like the YouTube
Yeah.
main image. Just,
I want to be like,
I swear you'll get followers.
Just need to hold your mic closer to your face.
Yeah, I'm just really conscious because I'm a really heavy breather.
That's all right.
fine. So am I.
I actually need to go and see a doctor about
If you
it.
turn it towards him a bit, that's it.
There you go. All good.
All right.
That bit when I'm doing that, that's where we'll put the picture up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it doesn't look like I'm just playing with the mics and
Yeah.
fucking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good look. It's really not.
It's funny though. Just yeah.
So when did you get into tattooing?
When?
Yeah.
Actually doing tattoos, 7 years ago, I think. Yeah, just kind of fell into it, really.
Because you went to uni for a while, didn't you?
Yeah, I did English at university, for some reason. Just
Like
as an excuse
words?
Yeah, well, no, just wanted to get out of Cornwall, really. And that was like the easiest way to do it without
Fair.
having loads of money behind me.
Yeah.
So it was, yeah.
Fair enough. Was it English literature?
Yeah, English lit.
So my girlfriend did. She finished her masters a couple of years ago. Yeah, she loved every minute of it though.
Yeah, I really didn't. I dragged it out for as long as possible. I just kept failing the first year and kind of retaking it.
Why not?
So, well, it's kind of a bit out of order, really. But no, tattooing. Always been interested in tattoos. Always been something I've like. I remember the first time I ever saw one when I was a kid on my uncle. I just thought it was like the coolest thing I'd ever seen. I was just like, that's amazing. It's a bulldog, like your standard like British bulldog, Great British flag, just like made in England or whatever. But I was just like, that's cool. I like that. My mum was just like, you're not having them. They're fucking bad people.
Look at you now.
Yeah, pretty much.
All parents say that though. You're not having tattoos.
Yeah,
You're not having
I
tattoos.
wasn't
Nah,
even
my-
allowed like the little rub-on ones that you could get. You know, you get a sponge.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you'd be like,
I used to
know.
love those ones.
Yeah, I was.
I put them all on my face once.
Yeah.
Why not? Fucking why not? No, my mum was always like, if you're going to get a tattoo, as long as you're paying for it, then go for it.
Really?
I'm not going to stop you.
Fair.
Same with piercings. I had my lip pierced when I was doing the whole fringe thing.
My mum told me I was never getting tattoos. She's got one now.
Yeah, that's
true.
That's it. Like my mum's, she likes them now. She's not got any, but
Would she ask
She's kind
you
of
to
on
do
board.
one on her if
yeah, I
she
think
had one? Do you
would.
think?
I don't know. We kind of talked about it a little bit, but it's kind of like I kind of don't.
Birthday
wanna do
present.
it.
What? And get
Because once my mum's got one, not the whole reason, but part of the reason I kind of liked them in the first place is because she didn't like them. So it's like,
Sort of like a
if I-
rebellious
It's a rebellion
thing.
If I do a tattoo on my mum, it's kind of like, oh, they're not kind of cool anymore now.
Yeah.
just quit. I don't want to be a tattooist anymore. Fuck this.
No, pretty much. I'm going
I'm gonna
work on a
be a
building site again.
resident
It's all good.
podcast guest on Curious Gentlemen.
Buy yourself some new skin somewhere and just
Pretty much. Just
Change
like
your
shave them
identity.
all off.
Skin transplant.
yeah, skin transplant. Yeah.
I'll come on next time. It'll be like, oh, I'm a builder now. It's all good. I'm an accountant.
Built
I think
anything
the
good
times
lately?
I think times of tattoos have changed now because it used to be back in the day. I remember, well, sort of 10, 20 years ago. I didn't have tattoos then, but everyone sort of judged people with tattoos. And nowadays, it's changed so
Yeah.
much. Like
It
now,
still
like, I
happens
can
now
work
and then, but not as
no
often.
one really like looks at them in a negative way, and no one really kind of.
It does still happen though.
Yeah, but you're always going to have
Yeah.
people that
Nowhere near as much. Like it's
still live from the 60s, 50s, or whatever, and they still don't agree with tattoos.
yeah. I see tattoos far more often than I used to. Absolutely.
But, 100%.
I think Plymouth is definitely the most tattooed place I've ever lived.
Really?
Like, I think it's because it's a naval town.
Yeah. There's a lot
Like,
of.
there's a lot of tattooed
Yeah.
people in Plymouth. I just walk around a lot and just kind of notice. It's just like, and I go to other places and it's like, that's what the tattooed people do. So I suppose it's just kind of normal for me now to like see people with lots of tattoos.
So then Newport, there's a lot of tattooed people in Newport.
Yeah,
now.
I mean, considering how small Newport is, there's
Yeah.
quite a lot of tattoo shops as well. So.
Yeah. Well, you know some of them died. Yeah, Christian Richards.
Yeah, I don't know him personally, but I know of his work. I know a few people that he's like friends with and stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
He's. I've seen some of the stuff that he's been putting us. Some real good stuff.
real good. Yeah,
Yeah.
very good. I think generally the quality in Wales is like sky high. It's probably one of the best places in the country.
Yeah, I think I only know like 2 tattooists in Wales, but they are both really good. So
Well, there we go.
It fits
That's
it.
like a 100%
Fits.
hit rate.
Yeah.
It's all good. But no, I think tattoos are kind of. I remember the first time I ever saw someone with 2 full sleeves.
Yeah.
Like no hands or anything, just kind of stopped at the wrist, and it was like, fuck, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That looks cool as shit.
I'm
But
working my way.
well, we're getting there slowly. It's all
Yeah.
good.
September next.
All right.
Elbow.
So the tattoos you got there are what you've done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's
Yeah.
a cover up on the forearm, isn't there?
Yeah. Cover up there and
Nice.
then carry on with a theme around the back.
If you just want to like show that to the camera.
So colourful.
Yeah.
I can't get the forearm in there.
It's a shit forearm, but it's a great tattoo.
Forearm's just weak.
It's like Kermit the Frog's arm.
Yeah. Frog front legs. Frog belly.
What it is, it's just so dense with colour that you can't see all the rippling
Muscle, yeah.
That's what it is. It's camouflaged under there somewhere.
I don't think I could ever trick anyone into believing I have loads of muscle anyway.
So when you're tattooing someone, are you not absolutely terrified that you're going to get it wrong?
Not anymore.
Because I would be 100% terrified.
Yeah.
It's one of those things.
And I'd be so nervous, I'd be shaking that I would get it wrong and fuck it up.
Get it wrong, dig too deep, fuck it up, make me cry, like, oh fuck, just fuck
Yeah.
this in every possible
Yeah.
way.
Those are the sort of things. It's kind of when you first start, it is very much like, fucking hell, what am I doing?
Yeah.
You sort of don't know what you're doing, but over time, you kind of. I always used to really worry about hurting people as well.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, are you okay? Oh, I'm really sorry. Now I'm just like, fucking whatever, man. It hurts. Deal with it.
A little heavy-handed.
You know what you're getting yourself into these days?
Yeah, pretty much. It's kind of like a tattoo
Yeah.
hurts. It's
Yeah.
part of the course.
It's no secret, is it?
Obviously, you're not ragging people's skin or anything like that, but it hurts. It's kind of you tell
Yeah.
people, especially if it's someone's first tattoo, you kind of before I start, I always just sit someone down and just kind of take them through it and just kind of go, kind of feels like this. If you do feel faint or funny or anything like that,
If your arm falls off halfway through,
Then
don't
I've done
worry.
something wrong.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
It's fine. It's all good. It happens all the time. Have a Snickers.
I've got
I'll
the
send you
ambulance
off
on
that way.
speed dial.
I'll send you off on your way.
Yeah.
You come back in a couple of hours, reattach your arm. It's all good.
I've got my needle and thread, couple of bits of tape.
Yeah,
Fine, easy,
fine. Just don't lift anything for a few weeks. It's good. Yeah.
whatever. With that arm.
The thing is when you're tattooing, it's obviously permanent. So once it's there, it's there. So that's what I'd be completely terrified of, is doing something wrong on somebody, then they've got that for life.
Yeah, I'd absolutely refuse to do some things. If someone wanted something tattooed on them, I'd be like, I can't in goodwill do that. Have you ever had to have you ever had to say no to someone?
Just a couple of times.
Yeah.
There was a guy in the shop I used to work in that came in and wanted some Nordic runes,
Nordic runes.
which were actually just Nazi symbols.
Okay.
He just wanted the SS logo tattooed on him.
Wow.
And it was just like, nah, mate. And he was just like, oh no, it's not what you think. They're actually like Nordic runes. It's just like, mate, don't try and kid a kidder. No, it's like just on your way.
Wow, holy shit.
But yeah, generally speaking, no. I've kind of got a thing where I don't really like to tattoo hands, faces, or necks on people unless they've got like a lot of coverage. Just because, from my point of view, that's the sort of thing that can affect your life like a lot. So
Yeah,
I
well, you
don't
mean
want
in
that
terms
on
of
my
like,
conscience.
you mean in terms of like careers and stuff? If people wanted to get a certain job or whatever.
As we've already said, tattoos are a lot more accepted now, but still they're kind of not taboo as such. But they can.
In some industries, they definitely are, though. If you're going to a job where you've got to represent a company and you're like potentially traveling the world or something, they probably will not allow tattoos like below shirt, like and collar.
Yeah, I mean, I know some people that work for some companies and they're a rep and they go around the world, and they're like they've got their hands tattooed, and they don't care. But some
Yeah.
companies do, and it's. I would rather not have that on my conscience.
Could you
I
imagine
could
somebody coming in?
potentially
You
hinder
ruined my potential to get this job.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'd still be like, well, fuck you. You wanted the tattoo. Like
Yeah,
location
I
regardless.
just feel bad.
Yeah,
So
fair enough.
I'd rather say no.
No, yeah.
I
Fair
think as
enough.
time goes on, though, people are going to be more accepting of tattoo. Like even now, like we said, 50 years ago, or even 30 years ago to now, the exception of tattoos has just like completely changed.
Oh,
and I
for
think
sure.
in another 30 years' time, I think once all the people that are like, and let's be honest, people that are a little more old-fashioned and have old-fashioned expectations of people, don't like tattoos. But once they're not here anymore, there won't be
Yeah.
so much judgment on
A
people
lot
with
of-
tattoos.
yeah, a
because
lot of
people say
opinions
to
will
you,
die with them.
"Are you not worried about how that's going to look on you when you're old?" That's what I get asked sometimes, and I'm like, well, one day all old people are going to be full of tattoos, so it's going to be the normal thing.
Yeah.
then, so no one's going to really give a shit.
My general response to that is I'm 32 now and I look like shit already. So
Yeah,
you know,
you are.
I don't really
That's
care.
it. Yeah.
I'm already,
The only way is up.
I'm straight balling to just looking like crap. I'm working on it already. It's good.
Fuck it.
Okay.
Why not?
Acceptance. I like it.
Yeah, and then, like, I'd just be like, I'll wear a fucking jumper. Like, if I'm that worried.
My favourite question is when people say, "What do your tattoos mean?" And I'll be like, "Well, nothing. I mean, I like music, so I've got music and etc. etc." And they'd be like, "So what does that one mean?" I'm like, "It doesn't really mean anything. I just like it." It's like, "Well, I couldn't get a tattoo unless it meant something." I'd be like, "Well, I don't know what."
That's the whole thing. Like, a lot of people, their first tattoo, I want it to mean
mean
something.
something.
Why, though?
Why?
I mean,
Yeah.
just have something
If you just
that...
like it.
Yeah, if
then
have something
is
that you
good enough?
really like. Like, there's no real meaning behind these. They just
It's
look...
just classic bold Japanese tattooing.
And they
that
look-
will
and they look
stand
fucking
the test
cool.
of time. And it looks cool.
It's
Yeah,
just
this is
really
it.
bright and really nice. Like, well,
It's going
I
to
think
look
when-
like
I-
that in about 50 years, hopefully.
hopefully, as long as I don't, I don't know, sit in sunbeds for 8 hours a day, I'm sure it'll be
Well,
fine.
I don't think being of a Celtic
Self-inflicted.
disposition,
Yeah,
that's
probably
really
shouldn't do
a
that. Yeah,
viable choice.
No.
I'd burn. Absolutely, I'd
You
die.
have no beard or hair left.
Yeah, just
after
catch
that.
fire.
I think the whole it needs to mean something when people want to get their first tattoo. I think it's almost like their way of copping out of doing it.
Or-
it doesn't mean anything, so I don't want to get it done. But it's
Or it's
like
their
really
way
you're a
of-
little bit scared of getting a tattoo because you know it's for life and you know.
Maybe.
I think maybe their way of justifying it to themselves to get one first.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Because like people who really want a tattoo, but they like try and justify it to like family if they're not as accepting of tattoos.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
Yeah,
that's
that's
part
a
of
good
it.
point. I've never really thought about
Yeah.
it. Really. I think it's mostly because of the TV shows. You know, they've been
Tattoo
great.
fixers.
More like LA Ink and like
Yeah.
those programs.
It's
that came
it's
out, like-
kind of glamorized tattooing.
Oh, big time. You know, they've been good for tattooing, generally speaking, in terms of people being more accepting.
Yeah.
But that whole thing of like, yeah, every tattoo has to mean something. It's just like, yeah, no, none of mine
Yeah.
mean anything. You know, I've got a couple that are like things that I like, but
Yeah.
generally it's just pictures that are cool. So
That's what you need, though. Like, that's why people get tattoos. They
Right.
get stuff because you wouldn't get something that means something and looks like fucking shit.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be covered in tattoos that are just shit.
well,
do
you'd
you?
be surprised.
Fair.
You'd be surprised the amount of people.
I'm sure
that
you
kind
met
of
some
come
people.
in. Well, not so much in the shop I'm in now, but
but like
people
they,
that'll come
that at
in.
least they think look nice.
Yeah, and they'll come
necessarily.
in and they'll be like, oh, well, I want my daughter's name or, you know, my kid's name or something, like
Yeah.
memorial tattoo or something. And they'll be like, oh, well, this person will do it like 20 quid cheaper, so I'm just going to go to them. And it's like, okay. That's fine.
That's another thing that bothers me is price. When people complain about the price of tattoos, like,
Yeah.
they're giving you some. Like, could you imagine? Like, when you buy something, anything, how long does it actually last? You're buying something that you've got forever, and I know that's like potentially a big commitment, but you're buying art that's going to be on you forever potentially. Like, I don't think price is really an issue, but a lot of people.
I think
I think if it's obvious, if you've got like tattooist friends and they're like they should not be charging that much, they're not that good, or like whatever the case may be, then it's a bit different. But
I think there's an old saying in tattooing that I'm going to try and get this right now, because I'll probably get it wrong. Good tattoos aren't cheap, and cheap tattoos aren't good. Kind of don't agree with that anymore, in that there are a lot of people out there now that tattoo that charge way too much. And that's another thing that, you know, there's a lot of people that have got waiting lists that, are, you know, maybe it's like, oh yeah, well, I'm booked up for a year. It's just like, it doesn't mean you're any good. You know, I think a lot of people like to brag about
Yeah.
who they go to, and oh yeah, well, I get tattooed by this guy and I pay £90 an hour, and they're booked up for like 2 years in advance. So yeah, but it doesn't mean they're any good. It just means
Yeah.
they're busy.
yeah,
So, you know, I think a fair price is good enough.
yeah,
Just because someone's more expensive or cheaper doesn't mean they're good or bad. Just look at their work. If it's for you and you go in and you speak to them and you get a good feeling from them and they're kind of like buzzing on what you want from them, go for it.
fair enough.
There is no kind of like, well, this person charges more than this person, so they're obviously better.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird thing because it's like we're self-employed in this. You like every tattooist can set their own rates. So
Exactly.
if they've got an overinflated sense of self-worth, could be a big problem for you.
Big time.
You were saying last time I spoke to you that there was something you were potentially sorting out that you might be able to speak about on the podcast.
Oh, yeah, no, still can't speak about it.
Oh, secret.
Secret. So that's another
Can't say that much and leave it as a secret. We can't
No,
finish now until it's official.
It's just,
Yeah, we're gonna wait
it's
here.
an idea that I've got rattling around.
Can you give us a teaser?
I may as well just come out and say it, I guess.
Just push your mic close so you can get it out there properly.
I'd kind of like to do a tattoo convention for Plymouth again.
Nice.
Ooh.
And I feel that basically what happened was I was tattooing a girl a couple of weeks ago, and she'd been tattooed by a few people from Plymouth, and every single piece was like 10 out of 10, just awesome, just so good. And she'd not even gone out of the city to get tattooed by anyone else on this leg that I was tattooing. And I was just thinking, there's so many good tattooers in this city, and I don't think we really do get the amount of, not respect, but the amount of sort of
Credit.
like, yeah, we're
Or
kind of like
notoriety.
discarded to the side
Yeah.
a little bit
'Cause it's so
of where
far
we're-
away.
Because we're so like tucked away down in the arse end of nowhere. We kind of don't really get that exposure that I think quite a few people in this city deserve. We've got some really, really good people in this city, like absolutely knocking it out of the park. So I was
That'd
thinking,
be cool.
okay, well it's something I've been kind of talking about with a few people anyway.
Yeah.
From like,
Well, you're just trying to get a bunch of artists on board, and
Yeah, I think I'm just going to speak to a few people and just be like, look, do you think this is something that is viable?
I wouldn't even know how to go about arranging something like that.
Me neither. I'm just an idiot with an idea. That's kind of,
So were we. Look where we are now.
that's the
Episode
tagline
2.
of my
Episode
life.
2.
An idiot with an
Getting
idea.
the guy we're talking to's name.
That didn't happen.
Well, no.
It's been edited out. Dan.
We didn't edit anything out. What are you on about?
That's been lost.
We have to start again now.
You've incriminated yourself.
Start from the beginning. So back to tattoos.
Right, yeah.
But no, that's it. Yeah, I think. I don't think there needs to be a convention per se, but I think there should be one.
I think it would be good for people who are interested in getting tattoos as well, and they don't really know, especially if they don't know the artist. Like I met you through people you've done work on,
Yeah.
essentially. I wouldn't have known where the fuck to go
Word of
looking
mouth
for tattoos.
is the best thing.
And
you know.
but it's such a good way for the artist to get their name out there as well. If people, you would get so many people, and not just from Plymouth either. People who live outside of Plymouth, because where else is the closest tattoo convention?
Well, there's one on in Cornwall
Ah,
in a few months. But there we go. You don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
So, and you're both interested in tattoos, and you don't know anything about
Yeah.
it. So there we go. That just goes to show there needs to be more exposure.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's something that
we'll do some live
I'm
coverage at the
interested
convention.
in.
We should do some live coverage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
get a
Be
bunch of the tattooists
be the
on.
compares.
Yeah, man, we'll come down. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
If it gets
Well,
all sorted.
it is just an idea at the moment, but I'm going to speak to a few people and
That's cool.
hopefully
So you
something
get it
comes of
going.
it. Also, there is another convention coming up in Exeter in October. The day that I went to speak to some people about the potential of a Plymouth convention, just as I was about to leave, these two guys came in and said, "Oh, we're putting on a convention in Exeter. Would you be interested?"
Oh,
So
cool.
that was kind of weird.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's coming up. I think October 22nd.
I think it's a great idea though.
I
Should definitely do it.
I think I'll be working that if they've still got space left, because I'm quite unorganised and haven't actually sorted that out yet.
I'm unorganised.
So I might be working it, I might not. I don't
Yeah, see how it goes.
know. Maybe. We'll see.
I'm super disorganised as well.
I'm better. I'm
I've-
getting better as I get older and more busy and
Yeah, that's like
juggling a million things.
it's the one thing that's made me like cautious about either being self-employed or running a business or anything. I'm just way too disorganised. I can't manage my time to deal with that kind
That
of
would,
shit.
that would teach you to be more organised. Like, for example, now what we do with our
Getting a
podcast.
fine for not submitting my taxes on time, that would teach me to be more organised.
Something like that, yeah. But like what we do now with our podcast, for example, like we have to organise everything we do. And, you know, things are
Yeah.
turning out okay, so,
So
we're
far.
not that unorganised
So far.
so far.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a tightly run ship so far.
Yeah,
Well,
got in, set up, good to go,
nailed it.
rocking,
Promotional video.
alcohol,
All
ready
good.
to go.
Yeah, well,
Go.
almost ready to
Can't
go.
go
It's all
wrong,
gone now. We have alcohol.
So if you could, I'm going to interview you for a second.
All right,
If
let's
you-
do
if
it.
you could open your own business.
It's an open discussion. Let's do it.
You just said like you would be afraid to run your own business. What would you do?
Well, any business idea I've ever had has mostly been computer or digitally based. I've got a business name registered and stuff, but
Okay.
I've just not done anything with it really. Well, I say really at all. Absolutely no revenue whatsoever.
Again, just an idiot with an idea.
Yeah, but I do have the trademark, the domain, and no one else can fucking use it. So,
All right.
so I've got it reserved at least.
That's the start. I had a
Yeah.
website. I bought the domain name for I think something like 5 years. Just never used it because I was like, I'm going to learn how to do a website. And nah.
It's a lot easier when someone teaches you. I think I learn better if someone gives me like a general idea, and then I can go and look deeper into something. And that's basically how I learned.
Okay.
Anything to do with web development?
I'm horrendous. I'm like you probably see me at the computer at work when
Yeah.
I'm trying to like work out bookings on the calendar,
Really nice, expensive computer. Like,
and I'm just there like I don't know. Like everyone else in my shop uses iPads to draw with now, and they're great. Like I've used them a few times. Takes me about 5 times longer.
I've seen that. I've seen them using those, and I've always thought that must be so difficult to draw on those things, or is it not?
I think once you get the hang of it, I haven't got the hang of it at all.
Because I watched that E4 Tattooist of the Year. Did you see that? Did you watch that program?
No, I generally don't watch anything to do with tattooing.
No.
It's on TV.
It was quite interesting though. Some of the guys on there have got their own styles and what they do, And there's a guy on there called JJ and another guy called Luke. And Luke did realism tattoos.
Okay.
Fucking hell, man! Like he did a tattoo on one guy. It was of a pastry. Some random guy wanted a tattoo of a pastry, right? And me and my girlfriend were sat there like what the fuck is this guy going to tattoo? But honestly, it looked like you could pick it off his skin and eat it. Like it was that real. It was absolutely
cool.
ridiculous.
But what was the meaning behind him getting a pastry?
I don't know what the guys
Did
who
he
had it
really
done
like pastry?
must be. Yeah, I mean,
From Cornwall, maybe if it was it.
I like
was it
pastry
pasty?
goods, but I don't want to get one tattooed on me. anytime soon.
Maybe his dad died whilst eating a pastry.
Or was attacked by a pastry.
Or something. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. Because that's
Yeah,
usually
maybe
what it is.
Yeah.
maybe attacked by a
Meaning
man eating
behind it.
pastry.
Yeah,
That's
food poisoning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Food poisoning.
Yeah.
Eating a dodgy pastry and died. And
Yeah.
We've all been there.
Or maybe that guy almost died from food poisoning from a pastry, won loads of money, and then could afford that nice tattoo.
Maybe.
Just for fun. Just
Anything.
Rub it in
Well, hopefully
their
this guy's
face.
watching, and if there wasn't any deep meaning behind that tattoo,
Just let us
now
know.
he's got one.
Now
Yeah.
he's got one, just a story.
feel free
we've
to
all-
steal the ideas.
We've all had
Not an issue.
incidents of pastries where they've ruined our day. It's all been there. We've all had the steak and kidney pie where the steak to kidney
Slapped
ratio
it.
isn't quite.
I slapped away a seagull once. As I slapped it away, pasty fell out of the bag. Devastated. Honestly, nearly
You're-
cried.
Oh man, that's the worst.
I would have been so upset.
I considered picking it up off the floor.
Should
Was
have.
that
I
was that
didn't.
down here?
Yeah.
They're savage down here.
Yeah.
The further down
Seagulls
you
are
go,
huge.
Seagulls are massive.
worst.
Yeah.
They're on roids.
When
They
I
must
moved
be.
when I moved into Plymouth, I was convinced that there were no seagulls. It was just all albatross. Like 9-meter wingspan.
They're
I
huge.
don't,
wanna go
I don't
down
know
to,
how
like-
big an albatross
you wanna
is. They're
get
pretty
down
big.
To, like, proper Cornwall.
Yeah.
Get like right down near the bottom. They get savage. They're like,
Pick fights with you.
they almost have like their own little cartels going. They're all-
Chip cartels.
They hit you in waves.
It's like
They're
seafood
almost-
cartel.
I hope this is real.
Just a war between chip shops and seagulls.
Yeah.
Like a turf war.
They got little bandanas on.
It's gotta be
and,
like bandanas. Like
they got cars with
tattoos.
hydraulics that raise up and go down.
Yeah.
So have you
Seagull
seen the video
tattoos.
Of, the Grand Theft Auto Cornwall,
Yeah,
where like, the guy does like a voiceover.
I think so, isn't it? Was like someone crashes into someone else's car? Is it that one? Someone like that?
Something like that. I don't know, but that's bullshit. If Grand Theft Auto was actually based in Cornwall, it would be you'd be a seagull
You'd be a seagull
Yeah.
kicking the fuck out of pigeons and
just
people.
flying around, nicking pasties.
Ever see that video of a pelican that ate a pigeon? Ever seen that?
No.
No.
That
There's
sounds-
someone at
sounds horrible.
They're at like I don't know if it's like a nature reserve or something or like a park. I don't think it's in England, but there's this pelican and people are like chucking it bread or whatever, and this pigeon, minding its own fucking business, just walks near this pelican. This pelican goes oh, and then just it's in its like big pouchy.
Oh, and it's just like kicking around.
And he's just trying to swallow it down, and this thing's trying to flap to get out, and he just swallows it whole. That's it, done.
Fuck.
That sounds.
That's a bad way to go, right?
It's like snakes, though. They do it like they just swallow things
Yeah.
alive. Ugh, that sounds-
If
do
I
not wanna be caught
If
in
I
that.
could eat like that, I would.
Yeah, I know you would.
My dinner, I'd just do it in one, and just regard just it all down in one.
There were times when we worked together in the same place, and we'd go to fast food restaurants, and essentially Dan would be like, "I want this meal, but the same burger again on top, and this, and that, and everything else."
One burger's never enough.
No, it's always the same. Whenever I go and get like fries from a fast food place, one is not quite enough, but two is just too much.
Yeah,
Depends where you go. Some of them have better chips than others.
yeah.
But oh no, I just once you kind of hit the halfway point of that second one, you're just like, oh, why?
You do know we're allowed to say McDonald's and Burger King. You know we're allowed to say
Oh, are
that.
we? Okay.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
Are we?
Yeah, of course
Yeah.
you are, yeah.
Okay.
It's fucking
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
We're all there like, we went to a fast food place once. There's so many.
I
Yeah.
don't really
So
know what
many.
we're allowed to say and what we're not. I
The thing
just-
is, as soon as you say fast food place, most people will instantly assume McDonald's. Anyway,
McDonald's or
so it's
Burger
fine.
King.
Yeah.
Do you remember Wimpy?
I remember there
I-
is still. Well, I say
I
there
went
is
to
still
Wimpy
one.
once.
They used to do the best desserts. They used to do a banana split. I used to have that every time.
Yeah, there used to be one in Penzance down in Cornwall that I vaguely remember.
Yeah.
It's a Domino's now. But I went to Newton Abbot about 3 or 4 years ago now,
Yeah.
and there was still one there.
No way.
And it was like walking into a time.
Just about running. Just on the bare bones
there
of
was,
like.
I think the old woman that worked in there had been there like since year dot.
Yeah.
It was just like
That's probably what she's called as well. Dot.
Doris, Mabel,
Denise.
But yeah, like I remember the
Sandra.
little burgers that they used to do with like the little slits in them. Do you remember those? It was like the
Fucking
signature burger that they had.
No.
Yeah.
That's why they're out
I
of
don't
business.
know why that sticks in my mind, but it really does.
Yeah.
But and Little Chef as well.
Little Chef.
Little Chef.
Most of those have gone out, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened to those?
But they weren't great, were they?
Were they not? In your opinion?
Oh yeah, well, I didn't like them that much.
Sure, lots of people did like them.
Yeah.
I used to stop
definitely.
off in those quite a lot if we were
they're not-
travelling long distance because it was one every 10 metres.
Yeah.
Basically, you used
They're
to never
definitely
miss
like
one.
they can't be doing badly or anything. They're like they must like a lot of people love them because they. I'm pretty sure their current boss or their ex-boss bought Ed's Diner out of administration.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, was it them?
Yeah, yeah,
Is that
Okay.
what happened there?
yeah.
Okay, I was wondering why
The
Ed's disappeared.
the original owners had opened too many too quickly, essentially. By the seams of things, I don't know. I haven't really looked into it, but obviously we knew a lot of people who worked in there as well, who now work with us because, well, they worked with us in the first place and they've just come back essentially. Yeah. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it was current or ex-boss of Little Chef who made that purchase.
You used to be a
And
chef, didn't you?
No.
No?
I tried it for like a little bit.
Yeah.
Too stressful.
Yeah,
Way too stressful.
it's not worth the effort.
No.
After I'd finished completely fucking about in college, university in Cardiff for 3 years,
Yeah.
I decided to. They basically wouldn't let me sign on again for the first year for a fourth year running.
Right, okay.
So I had to go to a different university in Cardiff.
Yeah.
And signed up.
What should you do?
I've always really, really enjoyed cooking and thought, oh yeah, well, you know, I could do that for a job.
Yeah.
And then about 3 weeks in, I was just like, no, this isn't for me.
Oh, okay.
I'm just too chilled out.
Fair one.
I really love cooking, but I can't do it
There's
under pressure.
Yeah.
There's a huge difference between like going home and making, you know, yourself or your girlfriend some tea and making a meal for some friends, or going into like a place like where it's fast
A
paced,
fast-paced restaurant is
man, and it's
Production
just
line.
so stressful. So stressful.
That's why I stopped being a chef. I just couldn't. It's just so much effort.
And I admire anyone who does that like during the summer holidays.
Absolutely.
Like fucking
Especially in any restaurants where the air conditioning isn't working as well as it should be.
yeah. Well, you can't really have air conditioning in a kitchen because it just makes the food go cold.
Yeah.
So you got to
especially
have,
when you've got
like,
allergen controls as well.
Absolutely, yeah. Man, that's a nightmare. Yeah, and the clothing isn't very complimentary in terms of, it's not like thin t-shirts and stuff like
Yeah.
keeps you cool. It's big, heavy-duty jackets, trousers, aprons.
Stuff that protects you if you spill shit on yourself.
Makes you feel sick.
I'd rather be unsafe.
Yeah, I'd
I'd rather
get
be
burnt.
cool and unsafe.
I'd rather be cool and be covered in third-degree burns
Yeah.
than be hot and safe.
Yeah. Potentially.
We're never going to be health and safety officers, are we?
Potentially covered in third-degree burns.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
not to
think
say I'm not already careful.
health and safety officers definitely not in your future. I don't think.
Nah.
But no, chefing, it's not for me.
No.
It's just so much hassle.
I mean, I just like to eat the food. I don't
Yeah.
like to
I
make
love
the
eating
food.
If I could just eat everything I made, it'd be fine.
You can.
Well, no, not if you're working in a restaurant.
Oh, right, okay.
I mean, just like you make something, like, oh, actually, that looks really good. Tell table 10 they can't have that one. That's for me.
That's for me.
I'm gonna just
I want
Just
it.
take like
I'll
a
be
little
back.
bite and just cover it with some garnish.
Yeah.
take a bite out of their steak and then put the mashed potato over the top. Like, yeah, fuck it.
If you could work on a bar and do the same thing, I'd love a rum right now. Oh, I'll keep that one.
I do it. I feel like I do it for a couple of weeks, and then afterwards I'd be like, I need to stop drinking so much because I'm like by the end of my shift cleaning the bar down. Like,
Have you ever worked in a bar?
yeah,
Yeah, I love it.
I couldn't drink on when I was on shift though.
I wasn't supposed to,
Yeah,
but every once in a while.
when they shut down though, they all the alcohol that was left there got given to the staff.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that was good. I took so much alcohol home: whiskey, vodka, rum, gin, a barrel or two.
Barrels of gin.
I wish.
I never used to like
Barrels of
whiskey,
beer.
but I'm more and more growing into it. Whiskey.
I love whiskey.
It's a weird thing, isn't it? I used to hate it. I went
Yeah.
on a stag do about 2 or 3 years ago to Edinburgh with one of my oldest friends, and we went to a whiskey distillery in the city centre, and there was like all these different types of whiskey, and you could try them all at the end and stuff. Not all of them, but about 20 different types. And I was just like, oh, they all taste like shit. And then about 6 months later, I really got into whiskey. I was just like,
I love whiskey.
I mean, I am a member of the Whiskey Appreciation Society, which is one of the. I think when you go on this tour, you kind of instantly become a member as part of like your paying in fee or whatever.
Yeah.
Nice.
But like, yeah, I'm really into it now.
Maybe I should do
I
that.
think it's just once you hit a certain age, you just start to appreciate it.
Well, I started
maybe.
off with bourbon, so I used to like, or I still like it, but I like Jack Daniels and stuff like that. And it's kind of like the transition into it, I think. And then as you go on, you get into more whiskeys and bourbons in it.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like a gateway drink, Jack Daniels.
It is, yeah. It is. It's your foot in the door, isn't it? It is. It's awesome.
I've never been a fan of Jack Daniels.
Have you
actually.
not?
No, I've never liked it. Never.
Jack Daniels and honey. That's
Honey Jack, Gentleman's
good.
Jack.
Gentleman Jack's real good. Single barrel Jack. Tried that as well now. That's good too.
I haven't tried that.
That's good.
So we're allowed to say Jack Daniels as well.
Yeah,
then?
fuck
Okay,
it.
cool.
Why not? We get a
Just
couple
in
of.
case they're listening.
Maybe we'll just get some cease and desist letters.
Sponsored
Fuck
by.
it. Yeah. Maybe we can get some sponsorship. Jack Daniels, if you're listening and you want to offer some
episode 3.
sponsorship, then do it.
But if you're going to send us a letter to tell us off, then just be nice.
Just don't do it. Just don't send it.
Yeah.
We're just two guys having fun. And there's nothing.
Tried a few other whiskies as well. There's a bar that way, Barbican that way, wherever, and they do old-fashioned cocktails where it's just like whiskey, bit of sugar syrup, Angostura bitters, whatever it is, the bitters. It's just so good. Bit of maple syrup. Oh, so good.
That sounds good.
Tried that with a bunch of different whiskies that they have.
Yeah, I generally just like to drink it just neat with just a block of ice.
Yeah, I can't do that yet.
Yeah, no,
I'm working on
that's
it.
the way for me. I'm not really into like cocktails or anything like that. Nothing
Yeah,
too
it's
sweet.
just whiskey with a bit of sweetness in it. Essentially, it's nice. It's good. You can drink it a lot quicker. You can get through more of them.
I see. No, I just like to kind of sip it.
That's why I do it normally with good whiskies. But when you're going out to get drunk, old fashioned's the way.
Fair play.
It's good.
So have you been watching the Mayweather-McGregor press conferences
No,
leading up to the fight? Are you into that at all?
I am really categorically not into any of that kind of stuff.
Oh, you're not?
I stayed up to watch a UFC fight once.
Yeah.
Again, when I'm living in the past. I swear. I just go on about when I used to live in Wales like 10 years ago. But I stayed up. All my friends at the time were really into it, and they were like had a party, and it was like this Russian guy that used to train by fighting bears or something. And I don't know his name,
I don't know either.
but
Sounds interesting,
he
though.
was proper hard looking though. He
Yeah.
was like proper stereotypical kind of Russian bloke, like
Yeah.
just
Was he named Yuri? They were all
like
they're all
Ivan
called Yuri.
Drago kind of like Russian.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we like had this party where we just like drank loads of beers and just just fucked about watching black metal videos. I think until like 3 a.m. until the fight started. Literally, the bloke punched him once. Once the bell went, sparked him. Just
Wow.
one hit to the chin, gone. Fight lasted like 15 seconds, if that. And I was just like, fuck this.
That was a lot.
I'm out.
Fair
It
enough.
does seem like a lot of effort. You stay up for fucking hours, and then it lasts like 15 seconds. Like, oh.
That was it. That was my one little 15-second snippet of UFC. And I was just like, shit, that's
I think
such
I
a
enjoy the lead up to a fight more than I enjoy the actual fights.
See, I'm not really into it. I just
It's just seeing people shit talk each other for TV. It's pretty fun.
I just find it a little bit false. Don't know.
Yeah, I
find it
mean-
a bit like, oh, well, obviously they're not going to say nice things about each other. They're not
No.
going to be like, oh, he's such a nice guy. I can't wait to
Oh,
punch him in the face.
Yeah. I love his shirt.
He's such a good friend. I'm gonna punch him so hard.
No, I'll probably pull my punches a little bit because he's a nice guy.
He's a nice guy. He's done me a favour now and again.
He's a stand-up guy.
He helped me move out a couple of weeks
Loves
ago.
Yeah.
his mum, does a lot for the community.
Yeah.
I'm gonna beat the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I get it from that point of view, but nah, for me, it's just not. It's not something I've got any interest in.
Fair
at
enough.
all.
Fair.
You're a football
Yeah.
fan, though, then, are you?
I am a football fan. Yeah.
Yeah, not a regularly popular team though.
Well, it depends who you talk to. If you talk to West Ham fans, they're pretty popular. For the most part, anyway. I
Yeah.
don't know. At the moment, maybe not so much. But yeah, for my sins, I am a West Ham fan.
See, I'm the same. Like, football for me is, and I don't mind it so much, but it's either an excuse to go to the pub, and it's my reason to go down there. But I'm never I would never ever say I'm a fan because I'm a horrible Glory supporter.
Okay.
In terms of football, anyway.
Hit me then. Come on. Who is it?
Oh no. Like it could be anyone playing.
Oh, just anyone.
Doesn't matter. If I'm down there and they're winning,
Which team's winning? The ones in white. Oh, okay, they're pretty good.
I'm usually supporting the team of the guys who I'm with, if that makes sense. So
Okay.
my brother-in-law is a Liverpool fan, and so if I go with him for a pint, I'm a Liverpool fan.
Okay.
I don't know
I
any of the
wouldn't
names
tell
of the
too
Liverpool
many
players.
people that.
Sorry?
I wouldn't tell too many people.
It's all right.
There's a lot
yeah.
of Liverpool fans where we work.
It's okay.
Or where I work, anyway.
Yeah, it does seem to be that there's quite a lot of people in Devon that support Liverpool.
It's kind of weird.
It's kind of weird. There's also a lot of people that support West Ham down here. I don't.
Really?
And Cornwall as well. I don't really understand the logistics of it, but there we go. I don't know.
Fuck knows.
It's all good. They're on my side, so they can share in the misery with me.
The closest I go to like paying a lot of attention to football was when Wales were doing well in Euro 2016.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was quite excited for that. First time they've done so well in fucking ages.
A long time.
Yeah, it's quite nice. It's quite nice to see that. Because
Yeah,
they're,
pretty good.
they're not doing so well in the rugby at the moment, so let's move on to football.
Fair play. Fair play.
After, getting annihilated in the Six Nations.
Yeah, you're just talking about things that are just going over my head.
Yeah, same, man.
It's 'cause-
Football, rugby, I don't follow at all.
Like, rugby's just not my thing.
It's just
That's
such a
all.
better sport than football, though.
It's not though, is it?
Yeah, it is.
It's not.
Yeah, it is.
You can keep saying it is, but it's not.
But yeah, it's like
Why is it better? Saying it is isn't
Yeah,
an
go on.
argument.
Give
Why
us-
is it
give us
better?
a brief
Is it because men
overview.
play with balls? Because that's irrelevant, because they both play with balls.
yeah, we can go with
Is it
tennis.
because it's posh men playing with balls?
Yeah.
And
Not
they're,
posh
better
men.
than us? Like lowly underlings.
No, there's not really posh men in rugby.
Oh.
In the English rugby team, absolutely.
All right, yeah, maybe so. Yeah.
The Welsh rugby team, they're all like working class, poor families.
All right, yeah. No,
Maybe
I'll
that's
give-
not
I'll
the
give you
case.
that, I'll give you that.
But I don't know. It just seems like there's a lot more respect in rugby than there is in football, and there's a lot more like respect for your own sport than there is in football. I feel like football's just it's very, I don't know, glamoury and people like.
I think it depends. It depends. There's not really a lot of glamour in supporting like Newport County.
No,
I think once you're in the higher echelons, I think it's like anything. Once you're at that kind of like premium level, where money is abundant, then yeah, you're going to get that opulence. But your average footballer doesn't earn. They earn a lot, but not that much. Not every.
not compared to
footballer's,
like
way
top
really.
teams. Yeah,
Not every footballer's earning like £250,000 a week or whatever. it
yeah,
is.
but I don't think any footballer should earn that much.
No.
Oh no, definitely not. Absolutely not.
It's
I
insane.
think the money involved in football is absolutely horrendous.
Yeah,
But it's not quite as bad as some people think. You know, it's an open market. If that's the going rate, then
yeah.
someone's happy to pay that, then more fool them, as far as
Yeah.
I'm concerned.
I think that's what's changed. My old man's a football fan. He's not like a hardcore supporter, but he'll watch like England play and stuff like that. And he's always said that the problem with football is it's not about the game anymore; it's about the money.
Yeah,
And he
definitely.
said like it was like in the tennis, you got Tim Henman. Like with all due respect, he's a great tennis player, but compared to the world level tennis, he's not very good at all. But he's just the best we had at the time. And he thinks the same about football now. Like in terms of England, they're not the best in the world by any measure, but they're just the best we've got, and they kind of show us up a little bit now and again because they earn so much money and all these endorsement deals and whatever else they get out of it. And it's not about being the best in the world anymore. It just seems to be about how much money they can earn
Yeah.
and how much notoriety and
popular.
publicity they can be, how much social media they can get out there.
Yeah.
It's just all changed. He said
Just weird.
my old man always like starts with back in my day, but it's like back in his day they're all about being the best in the world and being good football players
Yeah.
and representing your country. And now it just seems to be about how much money you
Yeah,
can
I think
make
that's
and
why.
who's got
I
the
don't
best
know,
car.
Maybe that's part of why I feel like rugby's better because it is just like it's much more like that.
Can't even invent a proper ball, dude. It's just a weird shape.
It's just
If
a
they
weird
had just made a proper ball, this game would be so much fucking
Just hope any
easier.
Americans aren't listening. Talking about American football, it's basically the same shape, isn't it?
It is, yeah. But American football's a lot, in my opinion, more fun to watch than normal rugby. I think so.
I
You got
find
some
it-
super
I find it
athletes.
tedious.
I watched one game of American football once, and not even the whole thing. I was so bored.
They're much more
It goes on
athletic.
for
It was
like
like-
3 days, doesn't it?
I was just mindlessly
Gotta
bored.
book a week off just to watch a
It's,
match.
it's just like the fact that someone has to win. It's so annoying. It's just like, why can't you just go, look, we both played all right?
We both did really well, and
There
we
are,
drew.
there
So
are no winners here. It's just the taking part that counts. Well done.
Not even that, but
Gold
you know,
star
like,
for each.
I've seen some football matches where it's been a 0-0 draw, but it's been like some of the most exciting football matches I've ever seen. And it's just like someone doesn't have to win. it's fair enough to just go, look, we both did all right there. Let's just kind of share the points. Okay, that's cool. It's all good.
Share the glory.
But
or lack
whereas American
of.
football, it's just
It's American.
On
So it's rugby with that American glitter all over it. It's all
Yeah.
the showboating and craziness and stuff, which I like. I'm into that. Like I like a
Yeah.
good show. But it's whatever you like, isn't it? I guess.
Yeah. I'll never not enjoy rugby more than football, I don't think.
And see, I prefer boxing over football and rugby.
That's fair enough.
So
Yeah.
there we go. None of us like each other's sports.
I've probably seen like a handful of boxing matches in my
Yeah.
life as well.
I love a good boxing.
Yeah, I've not seen many. I don't think
No,
boxing matches.
I watched Anthony Joshua's last one.
that was awesome.
Yeah.
I watched. I went to see the UFC. I've been twice to see it live, both in the O2 Arena, and it was just incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing. and so when you're watching the fights, the amount of testosterone that's going on in the crowd is ridiculous. And I'm not like an alpha male by any stretch of the imagination, but I was surrounded by them, and
But you
like
get caught up in the moment, don't you?
100%. Everyone thinks they're a UFC fighter afterwards. Everyone thinks they're an MMA fighter.
I think that's sport in general, though.
Yeah.
When I go to football, the amount of people that be stood there, just sort of like, oh, do this, do that. It's like, I think they know what they're doing.
Yeah, hit him.
It's like,
Well, that's why we're here.
give him the left, right. It's like, I think he's probably got
Yeah, he
that
knows
down.
about that one,
I
yeah.
think he's a bit above, just kind of going,
You just wait from the ring to go, cheers, mate. Yeah, no.
couldn't have done it without
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Thanks to that guy who said punch him.
But the amount of fights that were happening in the crowd or afterwards, it was absolutely ridiculous. It was nuts.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
It was kind of one of those things like, we need to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to run now.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not getting punched.
But it was crazy. Like, the atmosphere in there was ridiculous. It's not just like watching a fight. Like, it's a real show they put on. There's lots of lights and music and lots of
Yeah.
people get to, if you buy particular tickets or seats, you get to interact with some of the fighters. You get to go say hello and get autographs signed and stuff. But it's a real show they put on, and it's just so much fun.
Yeah.
And they got all these like stores and kiosks outside where you can buy all their merchandise and just get involved. And obviously you can drink and get pissed as well, which is awesome.
So you need.
Yeah,
Drink.
no, I can imagine as a live event, like being in the moment and being there, it's like totally different.
Yeah.
I'd probably enjoy any sport if I was there.
Oh,
live.
100%. Yeah, I reckon I'd enjoy a football match. Apparently, a darts match is meant to be good to go watch. Apparently, it's meant to be a good
I'll
day
take your
out.
word for it.
I
Meant to be a good day out.
I'd just be drinking, I'd imagine.
I watched an advertisement the other day for a darts match, and they're trying to make it more commercial.
Like sexy.
Yeah,
Sexy darts.
absolutely. Sexy darts. They're trying to bring that out because they had a guy coming in, a darts player, but he's like walking, like, you know when you watch like a boxer enter the ring and they're like jumping around and they got all their guys behind them and they're like high-fiving the crowd as they walk in. The darts players are doing this.
Oh,
and it's
my
like,
Lord.
he's only going to come in. He's probably just finished his sixth pint and he's about to go throw darts at a board. But he's in like, yeah, get some. Like, fucking, yeah.
You run up, you get there, and then you just go.
Yeah, yeah. That's it, yeah.
I just put
Good
a cane
effort.
in it, just like,
Yeah.
Just like.
Angry darts.
Yeah.
Steroid darts.
Maybe we should change it to like darts with little explosives at the end that you blow up a target. Yeah, that's what we should do.
That's it.
That would glamorize it. Then
100%.
I reckon they could triple their viewership
Yeah.
at least.
Or you should get a...
I would like credit for that if that happens. Then.
You should get like a convicted like convict or something, or
Yeah.
or like I don't know,
convicted
Just turn it-
convict.
convicted convict. Yeah, I said that wrong.
I'm
Didn't
laid
I?
out like sushi.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. Yeah, yeah. And it should be by the darts board.
Turn it into a game. Like if it's 1-on-1, you have the other player's hand on the board, and if you can get them in the hand and fuck up their next round, winner.
Yes.
That's not a good idea to do that. I have done that.
Yeah, no, I've had it. Yeah, it hurts real bad.
Very messy night in a pub where, that seemed like a good idea at the time.
Yeah.
Not completely, just not thinking, oh yeah, I need my hands for my job. But there we go.
So with tattooing, is there anything? Because lots of tattooists have like something they prefer to tattoo. Do you have that, or are you pretty widespread, or do you have a specialty or something you prefer?
I like all tattooing. All tattooing is good tattooing. The main thing for me is if the person that's got it on them forever
Yeah.
goes away happy with it. That's the best thing. That's the best feeling.
Hate mine.
But got it because it's not coming off.
Too late.
It's in there. Sorry, mate.
Yeah.
But no. I'd say traditional tattooing in terms of traditional Western style tattooing. So sort of, I guess the most famous one would be Sailor Jerry.
Okay.
Just sort of like your kind of sailor style tattoos.
That's
as
cool.
they're more commonly kind of seen as. And traditional Japanese tattooing, like on Nathan's arm, sort of like nice bold colours with lots of black in there, heavy lines, nice kind of delicate details as well. Just like nice contrast between the two. That's my favourite kind of tattooing.
That's cool.
But generally, no, I'll kind of try my hand at anything.
Yeah.
There are certain things I'm not particularly good at, and I'm not ashamed to say that I'm not great at everything. Like realism, I'm not particularly good at.
No.
So go and see someone else for that.
Fair enough.
But
I feel like realism would be something that I would find real difficult. I
I'd be
think.
scared.
yeah,
Man, I
I can't get my head around it.
I can't
look
sketch a
at it
picture
and
of
I'm
someone,
like,
never
I
mind
have no
tattoo
idea.
it. Like, I couldn't sketch someone's face and shade it so it looked like an actual human. Never mind tattoo it on someone.
Mine would look so bad. I'd be like, look, I'm going to tell you before you look at this, you're going to be disappointed. So let's get that out of the way. Look, don't worry about paying either. Let's just call it a day.
This one's on me.
If you just don't tell anyone,
You're
it's that
welcome.
shit. Just don't tell anyone who did it, and I won't charge you. We'll call it a day. We won't see each other ever again. But it is bad.
Someone asks you just for like a person running like a realism like sort of style tattoo. It's like just a stick man.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
yeah.
I mean, it's
You've,
accurate.
you've technically hit the brief, so you know
Winner.
they didn't specify which particular style.
Yeah.
I want a person running.
Stick man.
Stick man.
I want a guy on the edge of a cliff looking as if he's in depth, he's in deep thought. Stick man.
Stick man. With a block cliff.
With
Well,
a
you do
block
that-
cliff.
You do that one of like, do you remember the little guy
Wavy
that's got like,
water.
it's like a line and then it's just got like that big nose and it's just like a little face peering over.
Oh, okay,
You know
yeah.
what I'm on about?
Yeah, yeah.
Let's do that instead.
Everything. Yeah, yeah.
I know,
everything.
Peering over a cliff.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
for everything though.
Doesn't matter what they say.
I want a flower. That.
Stick flower.
Stick flower.
I want a stick man. Oh, I don't do those.
That's
Sorry.
It's a little bit lowbrow for me.
You'll have to go
Sorry.
see someone else for that, I'm afraid. I don't think I can pull that off.
You know, I only do really custom tattoos. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have to go and see someone else.
Do you do realism? I do the realest stick man you've ever seen. in your life.
He's real as fuck.
He's so real.
He's from the
He's
streets.
actually
Street-
there.
The streets of Sticky. No, I don't know.
Sticksville.
Sticksville.
He's from the sticks.
He's
Out in the
a.
sticks.
He's from out in the sticks.
Oh god, here we go.
My
I
favorite.
knew it'd come back to puns at some point.
My favorite is fish puns.
gonna happen.
I've got like
Fish
a
puns.
million of them. Yeah, it's so
puns.
good. Yeah.
Are they off the scale?
They are a different scale. Yeah.
See how I reeled him in there?
Oh
We can't
god.
just say it for the halibut though.
See, this is how it starts. It's like the receding hairline contagion thing.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
This is not
Once
the
one
place.
pun comes out, that's,
That's
when they all start.
They do.
And they just never stop.
It's like a pot of Pringles. Sorry, those curvature shaped chips that you get in a tube.
Those ones.
We can bleep that out, don't worry.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Might just stop bleeping stuff, just for fun.
Bleep. That'd be so good. You fuck. Then just beep that.
No, he's bleep out other words.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Just to,
Fuck.
we should do that. It'd be funny.
Just random words halfway through. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
just so there's just no context apart from just expletives.
Or just beep out
afterwards.
some silence. Just ruin everything.
I always find that funny when they do that, like when they bleep out words in a program, because you know they're swearing, because that's why it's there.
Yeah.
So why don't you just let them swear? Like we all know what they're doing,
It's kind of weird though, isn't it? Like who decides on what words can be said at what time?
but
as
it's just
well?
noise.
Because but it's changed so much. Like now in a film that's in America PG-13, which I'm assuming is like a 12A here, maybe 12
I don't really know.
here, I'd imagine. But you can use the word fuck twice in those
Really?
films. Yeah.
I'd get him
Which
in
is
one
a
short
new
burst.
thing.
Fuck. I'll just get it in there.
I was watching it because I was watching a documentary about Dunkirk, the film that's coming out next week.
Okay.
That looks good.
Yeah, and Harry Styles is in it, which I find quite strange.
not so
But he gets both of the fucks in that film. He gets
Of course he does. Look at him. He's a good-looking lad.
He is.
The little.
apparently not by
Handsome
script.
bastard.
Apparently it wasn't by script though. It was based on Christopher Nolan's sort of like film tactic, like how he films things. He tries to make everyone feel like they're actually in the moment, in the situation they're in, and it kind of just happens. But it's just weird.
I love a good
Too-
swear word because it really brings the context of what you're feeling
Yeah.
in.
But I feel like I swear too often now.
Yeah, I've just completely
Casual
lost
swearing.
any kind
Yeah.
of like there's no resonance when I swear anymore.
No.
It's
When you
just
drop the
literally-
C-bomb, that has no effect anymore for me.
I
I
just
say
say
it, and people
I say
just-
it all the time. Like,
Yeah.
all the time. It's just got no kind
I
of.
say it so
gravitas.
often that people just have, it just doesn't work. Doesn't
Yeah.
hold any power.
There's no gravity behind it
Yeah.
anymore.
Whereas if you get someone like the Queen, if the Queen was just come out on Christmas Day
What
and be like,
the fuck?
"Go wagwan, cunts," you'd be like, "Shit."
I'd have to go find a high fiver.
Mate, I think most of the country would just be like,
That's Christmas ruined. Thanks a lot.
I'd be so happy with that.
Or Christmas made. I'd be
yeah,
like, all right,
I'd be really happy.
If she could gift wrap that and send it to me,
gift
That's
wrap.
what we want to see this year, this Christmas.
if you're listening,
Have you got Twitter?
Your Majesty.
Can we try and get that like as a thing?
I don't think the Queen has an Instagram page. I just don't think it.
She's probably got Twitter though.
Like her
Always got
taking
Twitter.
selfies, trout pouting.
It'd be like Harvey Price on that TV program where he's like, "Hello, cunts." It's like try and get that. Like,
Just get it
do
trending.
Queen.
Yeah. Get
Or
it.
maybe she could open up with not one, just hello, you cunts. Kind of feel like I'm gonna get like MI5 turning up on my doorstep by the time I get home.
As long as they ask for a tattoo, it's good
Excuse me,
business.
sir. We hear that you've been saying things about the Queen.
No,
Not me.
no.
Some other guy.
It looks like me.
Some other guy that looks exactly like me. My evil twin,
Yeah.
who's also got all the same toes as me.
In the same places.
Yeah, definitely.
With the same personality. Ooh, dropping stuff. Fuck it.
But no, swearing is cool.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I like
Anyone
a
who
good
tells you
swear word.
otherwise is wrong.
Sorry?
Anyone who tells you otherwise is wrong.
Yeah. If you're listening, kids,
Yeah.
Take
we
up
need to
swearing.
set up an age limit on the website, I think.
swearing is better than drugs, so
Absolutely.
take up swearing.
Yeah.
It's just as satisfying. And it's free, you don't have to pay for it. You don't get addicted. Well, you do get addicted.
Unless you
that's
get
true.
fined at home or something for swearing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Swear
There's
box.
a swear jar.
Yeah, if mum and
Yeah.
dad tell you not to swear, don't swear.
Around
But
that.
other than that, once you hit 16, just go fucking nuts. Just
Or
do it.
Just when you're not in the house, get it all out when you're out.
Yeah,
That's right to do.
just have a good fuck sesh. Not like that, no. That wait a minute.
If you're going to do that, make sure you are over the age of 16.
Yes.
Definitely. God, this is
Do we need like a
very
contraception
creepy.
advert now as well?
Yeah.
Put that up.
Yeah.
Episode 3 sponsored by Jack Daniels and Durex. Or some other condom brand.
Yeah. Some of the,
You're definitely getting some kind of litigation
Yeah, it's
post
gonna
after
happen.
this one. We should just go for broke.
Yeah, we've mentioned so many brands now. Let's just start insulting others. Fuck it.
we haven't insulted any though. That's what you shouldn't do. We
We're
haven't,
picking them up.
we haven't insulted anything, and we haven't
We're
spoken
thi- we're-
in a derogatory term
We're
against
pointing out that
anybody.
they're the first choice to go to when you
Exactly.
think
I
of
could
contraceptive.
have said
Absolutely.
Trojan condoms, but I said Durex first because
Yeah.
they are the best. I promise never to do that face again.
Yeah.
That's a little bit creepy, wasn't it?
You could do it. I'll use
Don't
it as
break
the.
the fourth wall.
I'll do it
ever
as the
again.
picture.
We could. That's the point where we put the picture of me in drag.
Yeah.
Just as like,
Again. It's already happening once.
Okay,
What's this?
Picture of him in drag.
When's that happening?
Oh,
It's already
going up.
happened.
Oh,
Years-
okay.
years
We'll
ago.
skip that point.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. It's gonna like in The Exorcist where you see Captain Howdy for like a split second a couple of times.
Right.
It'd be like that. Just,
Subliminal Simon
Fuck, did I
dresses
just
a
see
woman.
that? Yeah, you did.
That was a crazy film, The Exorcist, when that first came out. That was
Yeah.
way ahead of its time.
I love that film.
It is a
It's
good
one of my
film.
favourites.
But they banned it. Didn't they ban it in like a bunch of countries when it first came out?
I think it was banned in this country. For quite
Yeah, it was, yeah. Because people were literally killing themselves because they'd gone fucking crazy over it, thinking they were possessed. And people started like committing suicide or thinking they were possessed or losing their fucking mind.
Thinking they were actually performing an exorcism.
Yeah. Until your head starts spinning around, you start sicking up green shit, then I
Yeah, I think you're good.
think
I
you're
that may
alright.
have been like an extreme version of the things that might happen if you were possessed.
I've watched some videos online of people that have had like what is it called when they is it called an exorcism? Yeah, where they try and get rid of the demon that's possessed you. Is that the right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And some of it's freaky. Like I don't know how much of it is like manipulated by computer and whatever, but there's some kids that are like really young and they can speak like a foreign language that hasn't been spoken for thousands of years and shit like that.
What,
when
like
they're
Welsh?
whilst they're possessed. Yeah, yeah. Not even
Sorry.
possessed people want to speak that language, man. It's gone. No, I'm joking. But yeah, it's
I like the Welsh
creepy
language.
shit like that, and like people that like kids that become super strong and they do shit in their sleep and they lift people up and throw them around the room. I don't know how real it
I don't
is.
believe this.
I'd like to
No,
think it's real.
I
That's
think
fucking
you
awesome.
probably just got like a kid that needs a bit of help there.
Yeah. Stop going to the fucking gym.
From the sounds of it.
Stop working out, kid.
Don't let a priest near your child.
No.
In general, but especially not if your child thinks it's possessed.
Yeah.
Like, no, just go speak to a doctor about that.
Yeah, a doctor's more
Not
like
the guy that.
Like real medicine.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a film where he's like, please release this demon, and he just takes a shit? He's a
Wasn't
priest.
that like?
I think it was. What was it like? Scary Movie
Yeah, I was
or
gonna
something?
say, wasn't it like a mock version?
Yeah,
of
it was Scary
something?
Movie, and it's like, so they bring you into the film where it's like a priest, and you assume he's performing an exorcism on somebody, and he's like all sweaty and like it's like in depth and tense about it all, and he's saying, "Please, if you can hear me," he's like, "Please release this demon," and he just does this massive shit.
Well, we've all been there.
Yeah, we have.
At one point or
Yeah.
another.
Absolutely hilarious.
Oh man. I got kind of bored with the Scary Movie films there.
Jen
I think
loves
the,
them.
The
She loves
first
Scary
two
Movie.
I watched because I was quite young, and I definitely wasn't old enough to watch them when I watched them.
No.
But then after that, I don't know. When I was old enough to watch them, I got kind of bored of them.
I don't think I've ever seen any of them.
Paranormal
Any of
Activity
those
scared
kind
the
of
fuck out of me.
I
That creeped me out so much.
I have so little interest in horror films. I can't even
Yeah?
put it across.
It's because you're scared of them.
No, but it's just like I've seen a few like in the cinema and stuff, and like
I'm scared of some horror films.
what it seems to me these days that it's more of trying to make people jump than an actual horror film. Like
Yeah.
if someone says there's a horror film, if you go and watch it, it's probably going to give you nightmares for like a month. I'll be like, I might watch that. That sounds good. That sounds like a horror film.
Yeah, it's
I want to be like, if I'm going to watch a horror film, I want to be having fucking nightmares. I don't want to just be like, bang.
Well, it's a lot of that nowadays. It's more psychological horror than it is like blood and guts, gore horror. Because it used to be like Freddy Krueger, It, and all those sorts of ones.
Yeah.
And it used to be all about lots of stabbings and weird, like creepy dudes that used to chase you down the street in the middle of the night. Now it's about the boogeyman, so it's all about creaks and bumps around your house, and they play on
Yeah,
that.
but
and
even that, I
stuff
mean-
that you relate to in your normal day.
Yeah.
Because how many times have you been at home and your house is creaked or bumped on its own?
It's more of a jumpy thing, isn't it? It's still not like I want something. I don't want like not gore or anything like that. I don't give a shit about gore in horror films. That doesn't bother me.
No.
But like I want something. If you're gonna watch a horror film, it's got to be
Something
something that will
genuinely
ruin
unsettling.
you. Like that you will have like
So can you name a horror film that's done that to you?
The Haunting, the old black and white version.
I think I've
What's
seen it.
that?
That's terrifying. Shit myself. I watched it when I was really young though. To be fair, so
Which one? Which one's that?
Who's in
I
it?
just remember being terrified by it, and now I can not watch it again.
Was it a film or was it something your parents subjected you to
Yeah, maybe.
one night? And
torture.
videoed it.
I think the Blair Witch Project for me.
That was
The
quite
origi-
creepy.
The original.
The whole handed camcorder sort of
Before
Format,
that one.
yeah.
Before that. Wasn't the original different to that? The old Blair Witch thing? There was a Blair Witch thing before that was not British, not American. It was made somewhere else. Like
Oh yeah, there was Yeah, there was like a one based around the Jersey Devil or something. I can't remember what it was called.
like real old, like 50s or something.
I don't know. Oh, you may be on about like Cannibal Holocaust. It was
I don't
set
know.
like in the Amazon or something,
No, I don't know.
where they killed a turtle or something savage like that.
that sounds like a horrible story.
Yeah, that doesn't sound great.
It's like Cannibal Holocaust was a Cannibal Ferox or something like that.
Right.
Real old handheld film, and they actually did kill like loads of animals in it. And stuff.
Oh,
Fucking
okay.
Yeah, I don't want to watch that.
Oh no, I'm not.
You don't want to watch that. It's
Nah.
not cool.
I
No,
wa-
Blair Witch Project. Oh, man, that got in my head when I was younger.
Yeah.
Proper like bought into everything because I think it was just before the internet was really like a big thing, so not everyone had access to it. And they released loads of stuff about it before the film came out. Like they made a documentary about it and made it out as if it was a real thing. It was you kind of obviously knew it wasn't real, but they built it up so much and like really put so much effort into it that you kind of really believed it to a point. Obviously, don't believe in like witches and things like that, but just the kind of terror aspect of it. And
I remember
the
hearing
psychological
about it for so long as well. It was it was talked about for fucking ages after it came out.
Oh, I didn't watch it at the cinema. I watched it on like a dodgy copy on VHS or something, and I used to live by some woods. And yeah, it was just, I don't know, it just really got to me. Really,
Fair enough.
Really, really.
I don't think I've ever watched it. Still,
It's
Yeah,
good.
I've just-
It's good. It's not a remake. It's like a kind of a. Well, it is a sequel, but it's like an updated version. It's basically the same film, but a newer version
yeah.
with the girl in the first one. It's her brother. But yeah, it's good. It's good.
I have to watch it at some point, maybe. I
Watch
don't
the
know.
first one first, though.
Yeah.
Avoid the second Blair Witch film because that is bad. There was like a second Hollywood version, like Marilyn Manson on the soundtrack, and like loads of goth kids go into the woods and have loads of sex and end up getting killed, and it was just like horrendous. So bad, just completely.
Sounds like a bad Friday.
Completely removed. It was like C103s if you just put a camera on.
Oh my god! I used to remember those days. C103.
I went there once before it shut down.
Yeah.
I think it was closing down just as I moved here.
Yeah, I managed to go there like 2 or 3 times before it
I
closed.
used to love it in there. Oh
I
my
saw,
god!
Again, I saw some things.
Yeah.
Saw some things, man. Some stuff. You weren't there.
PTSD, like C103.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You're saying about that film that it killed real animals.
Yeah.
When you said that, it made me think. I watched a program the other day. It was about SeaWorld back in the day.
Okay.
And it was about how they had a string of deaths of the trainers that used to work there. They had a killer whale that I can think what it was called now. It had a name, and it was the bigger of the killer whales. And it was about the whole keeping them for a start because it was cruel in it. They were trying to justify that they were happy and blah blah blah, and they just fucking weren't happy at all. But then there was this one whale that killed one trainer, and then it got sold on to another park. But when it was sold on, the story wasn't told correctly that it had killed someone, as much it was an accident. So then it moved on to this other park where it dragged somebody in and then mutilated them literally. And then the loved ones of this person were called and said it was an accident. They fell in and it was but he was like missing an arm and his chest was all ripped to pieces.
Hell.
It's like, it was an accident. I don't think it was an accident.
Well, they're not called killer whales for nothing.
Absolutely
I guess.
right. Yeah.
They're
But
pretty beastie, aren't they?
Just don't fuck with animals, man.
No,
Pretty much.
like domestic pets like cats and dogs, like that's fine in my opinion because it's got to a stage now where they're quite accepting of human company. Like a dog will actually love you. Cats use the fuck out of you. They don't give a shit. They just want to be fed. And
They want to be fed and they want to
put a
explore.
cat flap in that door. I need a shit. And that's basically what they do. That's it. As long as they're fed and they got a poo hole, that's it. They're all good. But dogs love
All
you.
cats have got a poo hole.
All cats. All,
Well, hopefully. I would hope so.
I've got a poo hole as well. Actually.
Congratulations,
I
Dan.
think that's something that's kind of prevalent throughout nature, actually.
Another couple of drinks and I'll
That's
show
like
you my poo hole.
That's an evolutionary thing. I think
It's
we've all
not.
got a poo hole.
Yeah, imagine that. Like for 1,000 years, there's all these like animals walk around backed up with shit, and then one day one's born with a little hole, so it all comes out. But yeah, it was insightful because they said that they were trying to lie and say like all these animals were happy, and you could just see they weren't. Like they were going fucking insane. Some of them, they just swim around in circles.
Smacking their head on the glass.
Yeah. And because
Man,
like
that's what I would do if I was held in captivity, though. Fucking hell.
well, they used to steal
Bash your head.
babies from the pods in the wild and then put them in with other groups of whales that weren't part of their family. And so, obviously, this is then a group of whales that don't know each other at all. So they start attacking each other and killing each other and fucking nightmare.
stupid.
They were probably thinking, they're just fucking stupid animals. Just chuck them
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
Oh, look, a baby.
Oh, they look the same. They must think the same. They must know each other.
They go, oh, look, I've just had a baby and I didn't even know. Brilliant.
I thought I sneezed earlier. I must have just fell out.
How did this
Killer whale
happen?
was sneezing.
I could have sworn I knew
Yeah,
it.
is this yours? No, not me.
No, yeah.
I didn't touch her, I swear.
Yeah. Love it. We're just
Fucking
friends. Or there's like 2 males and a baby. It's like... I
Do
don't
you
know.
have a... Yeah, I've got one.
I've only got a poo hole, mate. I've got nothing else and a blowhole. Poo hole and a blowhole.
just baffled. Like,
Are these talking killer whales, by the way? 'Cause
I
we're
assume so.
talking. Yeah.
Obviously.
I don't know how you say poo hole and whale.
How
work
do
it
you
out.
say poo hole in Wales?
I have no idea.
Because it could be similar.
You're such a cunt.
That is how you talk.
Oh dear. I'm just encourage Welsh people to give you shit now.
Definitely.
That's fine.
I love Wales, again, for the record.
Yeah.
Dan doesn't, so anyone who loves Wales or is from Wales, just
Get
give him
involved.
shit. Yeah.
I love
Make
I
little
do love
videos
Wales.
hating
No, I
on
do
Dan.
love Wales. I love
Fuck
the way
off,
they
Dan.
swim.
It's too late.
I love how majestic they are. Lovely animals.
Their beautiful language.
Yeah. Wales have got a beautiful language.
Just can't understand it.
Can't understand it. Exactly.
Don't need to.
No.
It's fine.
I love their poo hole. And their blowhole.
Such an arsehole. I'm gonna make it an effort to have lots of Welsh people just send you shit in the post.
Okay.
And give me your address.
Makes me feel popular.
Glitter bombs. You ever see that thing that you could order it online, send it to someone's house, they'd open it and just like explode with glitter? It's a very real thing. You have to hate.
that
You have to
sounds
really hate someone to do that, don't you?
Right. Unless you've got a Hoover.
Well, they've got laminate flooring. That's pretty easy to deal with. But if it's
Yeah.
carpet,
But even so, man, like, could you like when you send someone a box, they open it and they just get glitter in their face and their hair, on their clothes, like.
I don't think you'd have to hate someone, but you'd have to like.
Or you'd have to be really good mates with them, so they wouldn't take it too
just to
badly.
really piss
you'd
someone
want to
off.
ruin their day because that's going to take a day at least to clean up.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of effort.
I don't know about you, but if I hate someone, and I don't really hate anyone, but there's some people I dislike, but I just kind of ignore them.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go out of my way to send them. I
No, 'cause
wouldn't
that would
spend
cost money. Yeah.
on a way to just. I wouldn't waste the glitter, basically, or the money. Mostly the money.
Mostly the money. Money's important. So I can send glitter bombs to you, you motherfucker.
You can do what you like.
I feel
I'm just not going to open any mail.
I feel like
Jenny got a letter.
yeah, the most wrath I'd feel is from your girlfriend like, giving me shit about
Yeah.
it. You fucking asshole.
Just be like a king and get someone else to open your mouth.
Yeah.
Like, taste my food.
Yeah. Just give it to neighbours.
Check that it's not poison. Check Nathan hasn't poisoned it yet.
Yeah.
Open my mail.
Or just bring it here. Just do it on the podcast.
Yeah.
Just open all my mail here.
Just there, right in the middle. Everyone gets covered in glitter.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Fuck it. Why
It's on
not?
you, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You're like,
Shit in your
don't
shoe.
open that one. Actually,
Yeah. Yeah.
just leave that one.
Yeah.
Save that one for later.
Funny.
Oh.
I really need a wee.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Go for it.
Yeah. One at a time. Fun. We need more drinks as well. I want another drink. Do you want another drink?
Yeah. Do you want to pause it
Yeah.
and edit it?
We're going to do a little pause anyway.
So for anybody watching this, if you've noticed that our glasses have just randomly filled back up again, and we got full glasses, we definitely haven't stopped and edited this.
Yeah. Because I'm a big fan of continuity errors, that's why I'm doing it.
As we discussed
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
other day. Yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
Continuity errors in films.
My glasses just disappeared because
You ate it. You got hungry.
magic.
Just ate the glass.
Magic. My mouth isn't that big, unfortunately.
Swallowed a glass whole.
That's it. Yeah.
We were talking about the continuity errors of different films, weren't we?
Yeah.
Last time I saw you. Just when you see something, like one shot, guy's got a point up here, next shot is down here,
Yeah.
next shot is back up here. Because
Yeah.
like, oh, let's just swap that bit of footage around.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that on this just for a bit of fun now. It's going to happen probably about now.
Yeah.
I'm going to edit that. I'm going to fuck with everyone.
So if
Simon
I just
Thomas?
do that,
He is a tattooist. Where?
and then that.
Yep.
Then when that's edited, it'll be like.
What I was going to do, I'm just going to cut a clip in from the beginning of the episode to now.
Just randomly interspersed
Yeah.
bits.
Just going to fuck with it.
And you become the new David Lynch.
Yeah.
Sweet. It'll be pretty good.
Let's give it a go.
Before anyone asks, no, I have not seen the new season of Twin Peaks. I am avoiding it until it's all done.
I haven't seen any of Twin Peaks.
Never seen Twin Peaks?
I've never seen it either.
No.
Oh, you need to get on that. It's like one of the greatest TV shows of all time.
Yeah.
Big time.
There's a lot of TV shows that I watch and I'm currently watching.
Nathan tells me about 2 shows a week that I've got to. Oh my god, it's so good. Is the way he puts it.
Yeah.
So good.
Every time. It's so good.
It's so good.
Why haven't you watched it yet?
Well, I've not watched
It
it.
took me about a year and a half to convince him to get Netflix,
Yeah.
which he's now got.
I just finished Breaking Bad. I loved it. It's awesome. I know it's an
Got the
old.
same feeling as me. I was like, yeah, it's all right, but it's not.
I really liked the first season,
Yeah.
and then after that, I thought it just kind of dropped off.
Yeah.
I think just
I don't know. The second season wasn't as interesting, but it did get better and better. But I still feel like on the whole, like it was a good show. But it's not something that I'd like go and rewatch. Whereas there are TV shows that I've seen that I've rewatched like 5 times.
Peep Show. I've
Funnily
watched
enough, we were
Peep
watching
Shows.
an episode of that today, me and Alice.
Yeah, I've watched it so many times from start
Love
to
Peep
finish.
Show.
Like so many times.
It's so funny. It's the social awkwardness that I love the most. Just in certain situations where they're just like making the most ridiculous decisions in everything.
You
Just-
couldn't have that from any other country, could you?
No.
It's just an English thing.
It's just so
You just
funny.
couldn't imagine an American person being like,
No.
or Jez.
Yeah, it's so weird.
I love the difference in humours between different nations. It's quite funny. Like the whole joke about Americans not getting sarcasm. I don't think it's like they don't get it. I think they just got a different way of delivering it. I think it's completely. But British are just so known for having a dry sense of humour and being sarcastic and witty and well, not witty, but like puns. Puns are massive. I love a good pun.
Been over this. Maybe this is where we're all at it. I love a good pun, and then just play some puns from earlier.
Yeah.
There you go. That's it. Let's put them back in. Recycle them.
Just encourage people.
What we do.
We'll encourage people to comment with anything pun related.
Yes.
That we've spoken about. Puns about anything we've spoken about. Bring it on.
If anyone's listening and they decide they want to get involved, when we air this, you need to type in and email us your best pun related to the ones that we've said already. I feel it needs to be
Fish
done.
puns.
Fish puns.
Just
Egg
food
puns are awesome.
Bear
Egg
puns.
puns.
Bear
Bear
puns.
puns.
Bear puns.
What
Bear
else?
puns, bruv. Sorry, I don't know why I'm speaking street. I'm like,
You are quite street.
I am.
Yeah.
I live on
From the mean streets of Plymouth.
Yeah. The streets of St Ives.
Mean streets of St Ives. The one street
Where
in
you
St
get
Ives.
fucking murked by seagulls. It's gangster ghetto seagulls.
I think that should be a film. We could do a film about that.
Well, the Seagulls of St. Ives.
The Seagulls of St Ives.
The mean streets of St. Ives.
You mean like the birds?
The birds. Yeah. Yeah.
That Hitchcock classic. Yeah, we should make this film about these birds that like attack people and it's like really mad. Yeah, I think that's been done.
No, it hasn't. No.
Never been done.
You know what I've always thought would
No,
be
I've
a
never
really
heard
good
of.
idea for a film actually is like a sci-fi film about a young lad on a farming planet who finds out that he's like a super secret warrior and his dad's actually like in charge of the whole thing. The bad guys. Pretty good with it.
That sounds like an incredible film.
I think that could catch on.
Yeah.
I think when you develop it, and it's an hour and a half long, and it's got some real action in it, I think it would make it better than how you may have just described it. It sounds great. It's got potential.
I think maybe call it like Space Fight or something.
Space fight.
Space Fight. Have some like robots in it and stuff.
Yeah.
Definitely robots. Got some robots.
Light up swords.
It may
Yeah.
require a bit of
Yeah, yeah.
context because at the moment there's just a lot of stuff. There's a lot of ingredients.
There's a lot of stuff.
Just a lot of stuff
I
in a
think
bowl.
what you should also do,
ideas just floating around.
just make it
in
into
my
a
brain.
franchise as well. Have lots of spin-offs.
So I'm thinking it could probably be a trilogy or a
Yeah. Maybe like
maybe
6
like
episodes, 7 episodes.
maybe 9.
Maybe nine
Nine's a
episodes.
good number.
I
Good.
like the way you're planning ahead.
Yeah, pretty good. Well, like I said, I think it could catch on.
Yeah.
I don't think Dan's.
Groundbreaking
I don't
stuff.
think Dan's caught on yet. There.
No.
He's just described Star Wars.
I'm not a Star Wars fan.
We should do that with films. Have you ever read the Twitter page? And it's just describing films in one line, and some of them are so fucking funny. One of them's like, oh, I can't even fucking think of it now. There was a round of it at the pub quiz I went to last week, and it was just so fucking funny. It's like an
think
orphan
of-
child who hates his foster parents who goes to a special school. It's Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Stuff like that. It's so
I
fucking
suppose
funny.
That is it in a nutshell. Yeah.
Basically, yeah. So good. There's so many of them. There's a Twitter page for it. It's so funny.
See, I don't have Twitter, so
Yeah.
I tried it once. I didn't understand it. Again, going back to being a complete Luddite, it was like, I'm out of my depth.
If
I just don't
you
know. I don't get it.
if you went on my personal Twitter, most of my tweets are about complaining to companies because you get a better response. I've had free internet twice because of it for a month each.
Fair play, fair play. That is kind of the best way to get older people.
Yeah,
now,
got a free train ticket once for it as well.
Nice.
Complaining.
You're one of those.
Yeah. It's fucking livid. If my internet's going to go down, just let me know, man, so I can prepare. Can't live without the internet. Let me up my data when you know.
Yeah, no, I'd say that's fair. I mean, they do generally put it on their website, don't they? In like some kind of dark little corner of like
Yeah,
maintenance.
you need to let your
that's in.
Need to let your customers know, man.
The most fine print you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah. The same colour as the background.
Yeah.
You can't see it.
Yeah. That's
It's
it.
definitely there. Just highlight the page. There it is.
Yeah.
Your internet will not work on this day.
Yeah.
Like, it's not.
Sure,
sort
what
of
day
told
that
you
is.
about it.
On this day, ... Just no day. Just on this day.
At some point.
At some point, your
This
internet
year.
will be down.
For a week or two.
Between
maybe
now
more.
and whenever.
Your internet may be down at some point during 2017 for anything from a day to a year.
Between now and then. So, where is it you work again?
Equinox Tattoo Collective
Yeah.
on Bilberry Street.
Yeah.
Definitely not a plug,
No.
but we're pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
pretty good.
I've seen the work of the other guys you work with there as well, and yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
Got a
I
new
mean,
one there now. Her work's pretty good as well. Seen
Yeah,
some of her
Kate,
stuff.
Kate Hunt. She's got a funny name.
Yeah.
So when she signs off in an email and puts C Hunt,
Wow, it'd be Kate, I'd imagine.
K. Oh, it's K. Yeah, of course. Oh, damn it.
Well, you know, but her dad's called Mike.
Really? Oh, damn it.
Oh,
My dad is called William Williams, though.
William Williams.
William Williams.
Is that true?
That is actually concrete fact. Go on my Facebook, have a look.
That's just.
While you're there, add me as a friend. It's all good. We can be mates.
I've already done that. I've already done that.
But
William
get me on
Williams.
Instagram as well. Yeah, it's all good. It's Simon Paul Thomas.
Done.
Because I'm interested. Couldn't think of a better name.
Probably should have changed it. It's a bit boring.
Yeah, well, you know, 3 first names, trustworthy.
Yeah.
I always thought you can't trust someone with 2 first names.
Yeah, that's what I had to.
I was
Well,
told.
3 first names.
Well, I can trust you then. That's all right.
It's like from trust, no trust.
To trust again.
Trust.
No, definitely do not trust. Definitely, like 100%.
This isn't a good marketing angle for you, I've got to say.
Do not-
I would get.
Do not trust me. I am the worst.
Do not trust me. I only tattoo you and it's there for life. Don't trust me.
Nah, I'm just completely self-deprecating. It's all good.
I think when people see pictures of Simon's work come up on the video at some point here, I'd imagine.
Yeah, well,
they're
we're going
more
to
than happy to
definitely...
give him a shout for tattoos.
We're
hopefully.
definitely going to put some posts up when we're done with this podcast, and we'll obviously get your stuff on it and get you in it and whatever. And anyone wants to go down and get a tattoo, obviously need to visit Simon. Needs to be
Yeah.
done.
Or JP.
JP.
Barlow, who I work with.
Okay.
He's also very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kate Hunt, who I work with, who's also very good. Our apprentice, Isaac. Yeah, he's alright, I guess. Being taught by a bunch of idiots. But it's all
I
good.
wouldn't trust you to teach me shit. Where do you start with learning? Like, do you practice on anything? Because you can get like practice material.
Some people use pigskin, don't they?
Yeah, some people use pigskin.
Can't imagine you did that.
No. The only thing that's like real skin is real skin,
Yeah.
basically. You kind of start out... I tattooed fruit quite a lot when I was starting out, because it's like just more to get you used to holding the machine, because obviously it's like holding a pen that vibrates and moves,
And it's bigger than a pen.
and you're tattooing or drawing, for the sake of the anecdote, onto a canvas or a piece of paper that moves and stretches and breathes and bleeds.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do that. I want to tattoo myself at some point.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do that.
Be fun.
You need to buy a lot
It
of
hurts.
equipment as well.
Huh?
It hurts.
Yeah, but I
I
mean,
tattooed myself a little bit. The
tattoos
other
in
day.
general just hurt.
Like,
So, like
literally, I built a new machine the other day out of some bits and pieces I had lying around. And
doesn't sound safe. just find
oh
some
no,
shit.
just
Some
I've got just got, like,
pencil.
over the
elastic
years, I've
bands.
just built up like a box of like parts for tattoo machines, and I'm just like occasionally I'll just tinker. It's one of those things where I've always been told just stay away from making tattoo machines, because once you start down that road, it's like you'll just tinker and tinker and tinker.
And
So
that's what you do.
I kind of like I play around every once in a while. I just like kind of flirt with it a little bit. And, but yeah, I kind of made this machine. I tattooed myself literally like 2 tiny little lines on my leg. I just went, oh, fuck this, I'm out. This is why I don't do this to myself anymore.
Is it worse doing it to yourself than it is
Yeah,
someone else? Yeah.
Fucking kills.
I suppose you're concentrating exactly on what you're doing, whereas if someone else is doing it, you can just be like, it's going on.
It goes against everything you've ever been taught. Like, don't hurt yourself. So you sat there hurting yourself. And you're
Yeah.
like, why am I doing this? I could be doing this to someone else and they're paying me. This fucking sucks. I'd rather pay someone else to hurt me.
Fair.
So, yeah, it's just, don't tattoo yourself. It's not a good idea.
Well, maybe I won't then.
Yeah.
Don't try this at home.
Don't try this at home.
Just come and use your tattoo gun. Be fine. Just like, I don't know, something just draw a little line. Fuck it.
Stickman.
Yeah. Stickman. Realism stickman. Be so good at
You
that.
could do that. You could have Curious Gentleman Stickman.
Yeah.
It'd be quite anatomically correct in terms of our proportions, wouldn't they? Stickmen, just 2 little giant head men,
Yeah. Big heads, big beards.
big heads, big beards.
I do hope that you also appreciate the fact that I haven't shaved.
I do. Last time I saw you shaved.
Because I wanted to fit in.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
think?
It's like beard length, like longer beard, short beard.
It's like the evolutionary chart, isn't it? Not fully, just beard.
You're the least evolved person here.
Well, I am from Cornwall, so.
This is true. And then Nathan's from Wales.
Working our way up.
Fucking hell. The Celts are coming after you.
Yeah.
They're going to fuck your shit up.
That's all right. I'll just disguise myself as one of them because I've got a ginger
open the
beard and I'm
fucking
pale.
front door, you are fucked. Once they get over that bridge, you're for it.
That's it. Yeah, that's all right. That's okay.
Oh dear.
We better wrap this up then.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
great.
yeah.
Thanks for
coming
coming on.
mate. Yeah, it's
That's
ideal.
all right, thank you for having me. It's
Nice.
been fun.
Awesome, man. And yeah, so you're going to try and get this tattoo convention going?
Yeah, I mean, as I say, it's just an idea at the moment.
So if anybody's listening that's into tattooing or is a tattoo artist, then definitely get in touch with Simon because he wants to get this done. So
And I will email you back eventually.
You've got a lot of
once
people
I've-
contacting you, man. You're a busy guy.
I am pretty and also, again, just not very good with technology. So
fair enough.
Email?
it takes me a while, but you'll get a reply. And it'll usually be a
just
pretty long
receive one of those electronic mails.
Yeah.
That's Simon.
If we could still just do things by like handwritten letter.
Telegrams would be perfect.
Yeah, or
guess-
carrier pigeon or something.
Yeah. So if anyone has carrier pigeons who
Carrier
can,
seagull.
or seagulls, because they can carry more.
Well, just get them to like shoot a message into the side of a wall.
You've just made me think of the Monty Python sketch where they're talking about those two swallows. Have you ever seen that? And they're talking about the swallows, and there was like, because the guy's following this guy with two coconuts. He's not really riding a horse, so he's just trotting along on his 2 feet. There's a guy behind him with two coconuts going like that, and then the guys are like, "Where did he get a coconut from?" And he's like, "Oh, maybe some swallows carried it over." And he's like, "Nah." And then they start talking about aerodynamics, saying that these two swallows couldn't. He's like, "Yeah, but if they're Eastern European swallows, and they would have been able to because they've got a bigger wingspan." And they just completely digress off. It's fucking so funny, man. It's so funny.
I love Monty Python.
Monty Python, way ahead of their time.
Like Life of Brian will always be my favourite one, though.
I think
Life of Brian will always be my favourite. It's the first one I saw, and it's always going to be the one that I love the most.
I can't remember the first Monty Python thing I saw. Probably was The Life of Brian. But like, yeah, oh man.
I'm going to start a petition to get Flying Circus onto Netflix. Should do
I
that.
thought he was going to say
Monty
like,
Python's Flying
start a-
Circus.
Start a petition to get them to like do some more stuff. And
Yeah.
be like,
Well, they
yeah,
did stuff recently,
you're
didn't
a
they?
bit of a loser there because I think like half of them are dead.
Yeah. They did stuff recently, though, didn't they? It was only like a year or two ago.
There was only a few of them though.
Yeah. It was like,
Did like a live thing. or
everyone that was still there. But it had very mixed reviews, I hear.
I think it was always kind of like not hit and miss, but there were some things
Yeah.
that worked and some things that didn't.
But there's also like there's some people that really love it, and then a lot of people who really hate it as well. But it's like that kind of somebody where some people are really on board, some people
That's
are really
with
not on
everything,
board.
isn't it? I guess you're always
Yeah.
going to get people that love it, like football, and some people are going to just hate it. Same as rugby, same as boxing,
Yeah, everything. Tattoos.
tattoos.
Makes the world go round.
Does
Yeah.
Opinions.
be a boring place if we all agreed on everything.
It's true. On that note, though, the Earth is flat.
Don't do this. We're trying to
Isn't
end.
it a half an hour now?
We're trying to end this podcast.
The
You've
Earth
just
is-
gone in.
I hope you're not serious. I hope you don't.
No, I mean,
Oh my god! I almost threw myself out of there.
Well, I'm gonna take my custom elsewhere.
If you believe the Earth is flat, you should probably find the edge of the Earth and throw yourself off it.
No. Have you seen the theory is that if you a globe, if you opened it out from the bottom, Antarctica at the bottom, so that would be all the way around the outside. That it's an impassable wall, so you can't get to the edge. That's why no one's proved that the Earth is flat.
Well, one of the
So
arguments.
they've got a backup story because
that
you can't
makes-
prove it.
That makes total sense. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, why
you know,
wouldn't you? It's Game of Thrones.
Sort of some of the most
Just a big
brilliant
wall.
minds of our entire species over thousands of years have definitely never worked out how to get around that.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, we can get to the moon. Well, I mean,
Supposedly.
yeah. I mean, if they don't believe the Earth's round, maybe they don't believe we got.
Well,
to
what
the
shape
moon.
is the moon? Is that flat?
Yeah.
It's not. It's round.
Made out of cheese, isn't it?
What's all the? Yes, this is it. The moon is made out
It's
of
not
cheese.
even there. It's been eaten a long time ago.
Yeah,
That's where Dairy Lee comes
I
from.
do love cheese.
The company that owns all cheese. It's just a company that send it
It's
off.
just a giant space cow just topping it up every once in a while.
A giant space cow.
Cow in space, just floating about. There we
I'm
go,
just
flat
imagining.
earthers. There's a new one for you. There's
Yeah.
a
I'm just
fucking
imagining a
giant
cow.
cow in space just floating
But that's
about.
animal cruelty. It's cow rape because if you're milking a giant cow in space
Oh, no,
just
it
to
does
make
it
a moon.
itself. It's a sentient cow.
How does it do it?
Sentient
They've
cow.
got no grip. They've got no dexterity in their hands.
Well,
They've got hooves.
They've evolved.
So you get
well, I
two
don't know.
hooves and just do that on
Maybe
their
they can
nipples.
just push it
Earthers
out.
The flat earthers believe in evolution? I don't know. Like,
Well, I'm not going to tarnish everyone in a certain way. When I did a bit of research, though, I found a lot of people who hashtag things like Flat Earth Society, whatever. But also a lot of them are religious as well, and also have posts about creationism type
and everyone in
sided
their family's
posts.
got the same surname.
Yeah.
Like across the board.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's weird.
the same first name.
Strange that, isn't it? Yeah. Very close knit community, isn't it?
Yeah,
Too close. A game the whole family can play.
yeah. That based on my little bit of research with Flat Earth, that's one of the things I came across. A lot of the people do seem to also be.
Well, like I said in the last podcast, and I'd like to
Creationists.
reiterate a bit more on it, or reiterate what I said, because you can believe whatever you want to believe. It's fine.
Oh, for sure.
But I'm really intrigued. I'd love to be able to climb inside the head of one of these people and really understand why they believe it, because there's just so much evidence.
Yeah,
that-
because I don't have a good background of it, I can't even respect the opinion because I don't know where it comes from.
But the problem
it
is,
doesn't
ultimately,
make any sense.
if you want people to believe that the Earth is round, if you're that bone idle that you don't want to believe anything that you see on the telly, anything that you see on the internet, anything that any expert of any kind tells you, the only way you're going to ever believe it is if you get your fucking ass into space and you look at the planet yourself, which is never going to really happen. But that's the only way you can absolutely prove it to
Yeah.
somebody, is by if they see it themselves. So it's a really easy argument to say there's no evidence, and that everything that is evidence is fake.
Yeah,
because-
that's the general thing.
All the evidence is fake.
All the evidence is fake, all of
it.
it. But all the evidence they haven't got about flat Earth is true.
Yeah.
Because there's no evidence about flat Earth. There's nothing at all except pictures people draw. Yeah. That one where they've got like a little tiny sun, a little tiny moon.
Have you seen how they propose with the sun and the day and
Spinning
night
around.
I haven't really looked into it that much, to be
So-
honest. I just know that it's a thing, and
It's aggravating.
hurts
It's
me a
ridiculous.
So
little.
there's like this big flat Earth, and then they've got the sun and the moon that go around each other essentially.
Right.
And the sun causes I don't know, this much of a sunspot on a map this big. So the sun is obviously much closer, much smaller, defies the laws of physics.
So the sun is closer to the Earth than
And
the
it's
moon.
smaller.
There's closer in general, closer than it actually is,
Yeah.
or that scientists.
So they don't believe
say
that the sun is closer to Earth than the moon.
They certainly
No.
don't believe that the sun is, I
They
don't know
think-
how many times bigger than the planet. They think that the sun is smaller by the looks of the diagrams that they draw up.
Despite the fact that it's so big that it is
Would it-
billions of miles away,
100%.
but generates enough heat that it gives us light
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
100%.
the source of
Yeah.
all life on Earth.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
And if it was that small, it wouldn't have the gravitational pull to make our planet rotate around it and stay within its range, because we just obviously, as we're moving away, we just keep moving and
And it's
disappear.
obviously the centre point of.
So that our assumption is that they
Yeah.
must believe that the sun is the Earth rather is the center, and everything rotates around the Earth. That's
What
my
about all the
assumption
other
of what they
planets?
believe.
What was
So
the,
they rotate around us as well. It must do.
what was the guy? What was the name of the guy that you contacted? No.
I don't know.
We've emailed someone to come on and have a chat on our program, and obviously, if you've received that email, you know you are. You need to come on and talk to us and enlighten us, because there must be a fact we're missing.
If someone can throw enough evidence at me that's supported,
Well,
I'd be like, you know what, fucking hell.
If someone could come
NASA
up to me
are
and
lies.
say, do you know what, here's irrefutable proof,
Like, here's a video of my mate falling off the edge of the earth.
he's going to go skydiving off it.
He's going to go skydiving. Or look, here's the big ice wall we're on about that no one can get over.
Yeah.
Then okay, cool.
What, like Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones.
Are these people confusing Game of Thrones with real life?
Maybe.
Do you reckon?
It could be a
Possibly.
possibility. Yeah.
Also, they're confusing every Terry Pratchett.
I hope they know
novel.
that Santa's not real, as well. Santa's not real.
She
You
is
know
real.
that.
What?
She's a real person.
She is real.
She's a real person.
Yeah.
Well, the person that plays her is a real person. But no, she is not real. And if you've seen her acting, then yeah, she's probably not real. She's pretty bad.
No.
Yeah, not great.
Who are you talking about?
Sansa Stark.
No, Santa, as in
Oh,
Santa Claus.
I think you meant Sansa Stark
No,
from Game of Thrones.
that's what I was like. I was like, what the fuck? She's not real. What the- It's like- but I went along with it for a bit. I was like,
Mate, this is 2017. If Santa wants to be a woman, that's cool.
this is
That's fine
true.
by me.
Well, no, it's called gender fluid now, isn't it? Because he can be a woman or a man whenever he feels like it.
As long as he brings me presents on Christmas Day, it's all fucking good.
Yeah.
I don't care.
This is true.
As long as he's not using like slave labour to
No.
get elves to do that stuff. As long as they're paid a fair wage.
And given a decent meal.
exactly. It's all good. And no animals are harmed in the making of the toys. And everything's up to standard with health and safety.
Do you reckon he has
health
an
and safety?
health and safety? Do you reckon he gets audited?
I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about anymore. I've just gone down a rabbit hole way too early. I'm just fucking dying in glorious
Who
style.
would do the audits for Santa? That's a genuine question. Who would do those audits?
Santa.
Well,
It's not going to be EHO, is it?
Yeah. EHO ain't got that contract.
No.
That's a valuable contract.
See.
Easter Bunny
But then
with a clipboard.
if he's got the power to like magically go around the country or the world, in fact, although if the world's flat, then he probably just has to just kind of.
Just do so.
Easier, innit?
But the thing is it's 2017. You think he got something bit better than a sleigh now
Yeah.
and reindeer? You think he'd have something more jet
No, do
propelled?
you not watch Christmas films anymore? They got like rocket powered sleighs and
He's
shit
probably
now.
been on like Pimp My Ride, hasn't he?
Is he?
Exhibits.
Exhibit was on there.
Put a DVD player in the back.
Yeah.
It's like the elves have got some like videos to watch.
Yeah.
Well,
Could be.
Or the reindeers are emitting Wi-Fi. Fuck it, why not?
Yeah. That's what that red nose is for. It admits.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to be missing
Connectivity.
stories while he's flying around.
Oh, that's it.
Breaking news: Earth is flat.
In case you didn't know, anyone who's listening about Flat Earth, we are taking the piss out of you, by the way.
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah, that's one of the most things that's been pointed out to me is how I described people who believe in flat Earth in the last episode.
The thing is,
I wasn't very diplomatic about it.
Well, I think Voltaire was once famously said, "You're free to believe in what you want, and I'm free to call you a fucking idiot."
Yeah.
Voltaire, definitely.
I was always taught that everyone's entitled to an opinion, but I'm entitled to think that your opinion is fucking stupid. And I don't mean that to be rude, but if someone says to me that the Earth's flat, but it's got nothing to back it up with, and there's nothing to back it up with, and people will say, "You need to look into it, man. Bro, you need to look into
That's
it."
not a real thing, though, is it? That's
Well,
like the
look
most,
in-
but that's the thing you hear the most. You've got to look into it. It's like, well, I've tried.
I've
and I
taken
can't
5 minutes
see.
of my day to look into it, and I already think it's bullshit. Because
Yeah.
there's nothing that tells me that it's real.
If your first impressions are, it's all a big fucking piece of shit, then how much further are you actually going to go?
I just don't get how people get into it. Like,
I think I said this last time. I think it's a bandwagon. I think people would like to get on board of it because they'll be the ones that were like, "I told you so,
yeah,
man. I
remember
told you
that.
so."
I watched the podcast.
Yeah.
And,
He's a true fan, guys. He's a true
video cast or whatever you call. I don't know.
fan. Video podcast.
But yeah, like the
Whatever.
idea of I was one of the first people to
Yeah.
actually come out and say,
Told you so, man.
I was one of the first fucking idiots.
I was the first dumbass.
Yeah. When it's proven that it's round, I want to find the first idiot that was like, "So, you."
Yeah.
It wasn't
I
real.
wonder if maybe I'll just do it myself, fund it myself, I don't know, just stand there from ground with a camera and go up as far as a human can go. Who's that guy, Baumgartner, who
Yeah,
did the base jump?
Yeah, I was
And
gonna,
that was filmed all the way down. You see the curvature of the Earth, you can see it, and he goes all the way down to the ground, and he's just
didn't
there.
happen. Didn't happen.
Must be fake, mate.
It's fake,
NASA,
yeah,
lies.
absolutely.
Government, every government in the
government.
world.
If someone was going to jump from space onto the planet,
Why would you lie about that
They
either?
wouldn't pick a guy called Baumgartner. That was obviously fake. They obviously just made up some bull.
Yeah.
No one's going to fall for this. The guy's called Baumgartner, Randy Baumgartner.
But didn't he go up in like some sort of like, wasn't it like a balloon or something he went up
He was
in?
on like a little, like it was like a platform, wasn't it? I think. He was holding on to something.
But how did he get
But
up
the
that
balloon
high?
took him up, yeah.
So
it was
if
helium.
so
I'm
people
pretty
that
sure.
don't think we've been into space, this is the best one. A, how do you think you phone your mate every day? Because there's lots of satellites up there and all sorts. And,
Must just be ground, like all the way across the ground.
and B, if a guy can go up in a balloon, I'm sure they can build a rocket to get you up there as well. And I'm sure it's a
Yeah.
lot quicker and easier. It's fucking nonsense.
Just more expensive.
Yeah, it's a lot more expensive.
I thought that just because the Earth is flat, there's like just really long cables, obviously underneath.
Well, what's on the back
What is
side of the
underneath?
Earth?
That's that's another question.
What's the underneath
That's a
bit?
whole other thing.
Is that just dirt?
Yeah, just obviously.
Just
like,
dirt forever.
Just forever dirt?
I mean,
Does it stop?
Never mind the fact we've dug like several fucking miles below the Earth.
Yeah,
You know, it's like,
Just dirt.
how thick is the Earth then?
yeah. If it's flat, how
Yeah.
thick
If it's
is it?
flat, how
Another
thick
question.
is it? Because we've dug pretty far down.
Yeah.
I was watching a video on YouTube the other day. It's obviously credible science.
Yeah.
Something like 26 miles down.
Well, it's probably 27 miles deep, the Earth.
So
Must
yeah,
be.
that's it.
26 and a
Try
half
that
miles.
a little bit harder.
They didn't quite scratch it.
When we get to 30 miles, it'll be 31 miles deep.
Yeah.
That's what will happen.
But then what happens when you get to the other side? You just fall through? That's it? Forever?
Well, then you're in
Or-
Australia, and yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's
Or
it.
do you
No, there's
fall,
nothing on the other side.
Like,
It's flat.
but how is the gravity working? You just keep falling down to the source of gravity, or is there no such thing as gravity? So you just like you don't fall down. You get at the bottom and you're just there.
Yeah, how
You
does
have to
gravity work?
climb back up? Easy.
But the theory is that they think it's like almost like a disc shaped, and then around us we got a dome of atmosphere. That's what they say.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. So you're
Almost like a globe, like a sphere.
one would say, yeah,
But why would it be a sphere
Potentially.
shape?
absolutely.
Because surely,
Because the laws of physics would say it would be a sphere shape, so why would that be the case?
but if the Earth is flat, then obviously being flat is like the best way to go about it, not be a sphere. So why would there be a sphere?
Yeah.
Obviously.
Who knows? Why not make it a box?
Pretty much.
I can't even.
Yeah, it makes me despair. I thought we kind of cleared this up like several fucking 100 years ago when we
Yeah.
didn't actually believe that
When
Things
we
revolve
thought
with-
the Earth was flat,
the
yeah.
whole galaxy revolved around
It's
us.
like we spoke earlier on, isn't it? Things come in and out of fashion, and it's time now that flat Earth come back into fashion. I think just for a few years, and then it will disappear again.
What's
I
that?
don't-
Well, like witch hunting?
Probably, yeah.
Sweet.
Simon Thomas Witch Hunter.
No, I'd probably be one of the people getting burnt alive. Which, if flat Earth kind of prevails, I'm kind of up for.
Yeah,
actually.
I'm fine with it.
Fuck it.
If people are that stupid, if it gets officialised that the flat Earth is flat, because people are that dumb, I'd rather not be on this
But like,
planet.
I don't know. Someone should start a kick. Maybe Elon Musk, SpaceX even. They're doing all their experiments now of like rockets that can go up and then come back and land again, so like reusable. Maybe we should just use a few of those. Get a few flat Earth believers.
Yeah, get some of the like top people, like
Yeah.
B.O.B., that rapper,
Yeah.
that believes in it.
Yeah.
And just be like, right,
Get
mate,
some of those
go
up.
on, off you go.
We're just going to show you something. Let's go. And then just ruin flat Earth overnight.
It's like the word moist. People don't like the word moist, and a lot of that's down to a lot of celebrities saying, "I don't like the word moist," and then everyone else goes, "Oh, I don't like the word moist."
Yeah.
Because Justin
Celebrity
Bieber doesn't like the word
influence.
moist.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. But then
I know people who
But
hate
then the
the
word
word moist.
moisture is fine. Moisture's fine, but moist, no.
Yeah, it's a bit
A
weird.
guy who I work with, he hates the word moist.
Really?
Yeah, he goes "Ugh," whenever you say it. I don't get why he has to do that,
That's weird.
Hot.
but
the word.
he has to fake gag when you say the word moist. But there's a
weird.
lot worse words, I think,
Yeah.
that describe moisture than moist. Like sopping. I think sopping is a bit of a...
Sopping.
That is sopping.
Oh,
Bitch.
there's just some words that sound way grosser than other words we use.
Yeah.
I don't know, I don't think so.
like-
Personally speaking.
It's just
no.
noise.
Well, like there
isn't it?
there are words that sound worse than cunt
Like what?
that people are like,
I like the word giblets.
giblets.
Giblets. Giblets is a good one.
That's a
That
good
is a
word.
bit of a, like a, yeah, I kind of get it, actually. Giblets kind of makes me think of
It's a fun word.
Makes me want to giggle.
Yeah, it's like a fun kind of
Yeah, giblets.
dirty word. I don't know.
Fun, dirty word.
Fun, dirty word.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fun dirty words. Well, that went out of nowhere.
Well, we're going to have to wrap this up now.
Yeah.
But
Again.
anyone who's been listening, thanks for listening. And this is Simon again, and it's Equinox.
Equinox Tattoo Collective,
Yeah.
Bilberry Street,
Go see this guy. He'll give you a tattoo.
and some awesome puns.
And some
Yeah.
awesome puns.
Some anecdotes, some stories.
Yeah,
He'll pun your
I-
ass off
I
while he's
promise I
tattooing
will
you.
not talk this much shit when I tattoo you.
No,
I don't promise that at all.
no.
No, I was going to say maybe you shouldn't make promises you can't keep.
Yeah,
Careful.
I make no promises.
Well, yeah, it's been
Well,
great.
see you
Episode
guys
2,
later on.
and thank you.
Thank
Cheers.
you very much. Giblets.